chats popped up. Holy crap. By the way, Manny, what's good? How are you? Welcome back, by the way, Manny. I think I have everything popped up. I think I have every single thing popped up. The one thing that I might do I have a Twitch chat? Can I pop up like a Twitch chat? Technically, I can. I mean, that's like no different than what I would have already popped out. But Manny, congratulations on first viewer, by the way. Great to see you in here. I hope that you're doing well. I need to turn on music really fast, Nationers, because it feels lonely without music. It feels very lonely. So let me go ahead and get my Madden playlist going here. That's Minecraft. Oh my gosh, Nationers. This was crazy to set up, by the way. Manny, congratulations on that first viewer. Great to see you in here. I hope that you're doing well. Is that music playing? I think that music is playing. Okay. Nationers. Wow. It's been a very, very long few hours. Been a very long few hours, by the way, Nationers. So very glad to be back. Very glad to be here. By the way, Kendall, welcome back. How are you doing today? Great to see you in here. I'm doing well. I'm very tired. Very tired. I needed to get a lot of stuff done very quickly in a very short period of time. And so I've been running around town, doing workouts, getting things done. So tried my best to, get back for the watch party. I know I'm like 30 minutes late to it, but great to see you back in here, Kendall, on the YouTube stream. Daniel, welcome back. Congratulations on getting first viewer. I'm doing well, by the way, Daniel. How's your day going? By the way, Manny, congratulations on first viewer. Zero, welcome back. Gabs, welcome back. And also 1 week till the big 1 week 12. What is happening in week 12, by the way? What is happening then? I probably should know this already. What is happening in week 12, by the way, Manny? I also need to get things ready for today's matchup. I do not have anything set up for it, so I desperately need to get things set up for it. By the way, Adara, what is good? How are you doing today? Great to see you in here. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome back. Do I have... Hold on. My watch party... I don't know how... That's right at the edge. That's right at the edge. Perfect. But yes, oh, Panthers versus Niners. That's going to be a very interesting one, by the way. That's going to be a very fun one, I think. But Daniel, glad to hear that you are doing good. I'm trying to pull up all 4 of the chats that I have up right now, Nationers. So this should be pretty fun. It should be pretty fun to get going. But, Nationers, nonetheless, it is so great to see you guys in here. Let me go... Oh, I can't... Where's my poll? Give me my poll back. Give me my poll. I need my poll. I don't have my poll. There we go. Start a poll. Who wins today's game? Question mark. Raiders, Cowboys. This is going to be a very fun game, by the way. By the way, Damien, let's go. Welcome in. Let's go, Raiders. Finally, we have a game we can win, hopefully. I agree. This game should be very winnable. Part of me also, I understand that maybe the playoffs are a little out of the ordinary. I mean, we would have to win out. Don't get me wrong. We would have to win out, which, again, still very possible. But don't get me wrong. Draft position is very important kind of heading into the season. Do you tank early? Do you not? I have no idea. But nonetheless, Nationers, it is so great to see you guys back in here. I'm trying to get all the play-by-play stuff here for you guys, just so you guys have it. You guys will see none of the betting stuff, by the way. If you guys want to see my fantasy, though, I got Ashton Genty and Javonte Williams in here. So that's going to be a really fun one to see. I need them to get about 20 plus points apiece, like 23 points apiece. But Damian Cole, welcome in. Hopefully you are doing well. I need to pull up not ESPN. I need to pull up YouTube TV, which is kind of funny because with the ESPN deal, they finally struck a deal, by the way. Also, Addy, welcome in on the Twitch stream. I'm back, Renato. No, I think I lost my stream streak. If I'm asleep, my fish has legs. That means you're live. Well, Jared, great to see you in here. Renato, great to see you in here. Yes, Nation, we streamed last Friday, last Wednesday. And I ended the stream a little bit early. I was really frustrated with a lot of things kind of leading even into that stream. So I do apologize if some of you guys did lose your guys' streaks. But yes, ooh, Carson, you need CD to play pretty bad today. What points do you need him to play at? Oh, YouTube TV. I just looked up YouTube. I need to look up YouTube TV. However, Nation, let's go ahead and sign in here. And yes, here for my streak. We'll be on the YouTube live. Sounds good, Kendall. Great to see you in here. I'm glad that you got your streak today. Gab still got our streak. A 7-stream streak, by the way. Let's improve your YouTube TV for a minute. Why? Onboarding? What do you mean? Just let me... What? Just let me watch the game. By the way, Noah, what's good? Welcome back. How are you doing today, Noah? W Gaz with a 7-day streak. And yes, by the way, Bullish Bowers won. I like your name, by the way. I low-key just need him to drop less than 35 and I win, so I should be fine. Okay. But what about if he gets a lot of receptions and still gets 35? You know what I mean? Maybe your system's a little different too, Carson. Oh, you got Genty as well. Very nice. Dak is going to go off, bro. You're cooked. Yeah. He will. He will. Dak will probably do pretty well against this defense. Just going to be completely honest. I want to talk about some storylines because one thing that's important is if you guys watch that Broncos game, you guys might know that the special teams was a force to be reckoned with and not in a good way. We had some good plays with AJ Cole, but we had a block punt. We also had a missed extra point, which basically cost us the game. Or excuse me, we had a missed field goal that cost us the game as well. But 4 interceptions, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I mean, throwing a ghost, that was kind of funny. I was watching the Broncos game yesterday with a friend of mine. So yeah, we were doing a little hate watch of the Chiefs yesterday. It was fun. But yes, it's by the way, you ended stream 2 minutes before I woke up. Oh no. I'm sorry, Jared. Yeah, I was a little upset last Wednesday, so it was just nice to take some time off, just clear my mind with everything. But yes, Gab, 7 days is crazy. I love it. But also, all right, my time for predictions, Manny. What do you think your predictions are for this game? And know what? You got Devontae Williams, Brock Bowers, and Brandon Aubrey left to play. I'm assuming you're obviously down. How much points do you need, by the way, Noah? Oh, Ravens fan, that was a fun game to watch. We were checking out some of the stat lines, and we're like, me and my friends, we were like, Shadur's in. That was pretty fun to see. But yes, I mean, CD probably not going to go anywhere near 35, but he's wide receiver 1, so it's possible. It's very possible. Only down by 10, yeah. I mean, as long as Brock Bowers gets a few, like, he should at least get 5 points. Like, very well should be. By the way, Isabel, welcome back. How you doing today? Great to see you in here. Welcome back, by the way, Isabel. Great to see you in here. Ready for my team to be yours? Oh, no. It's not happening today. It's not happening. I also need to get the Cowboys roster really fast, Nationers, while we're here, while they do all the national anthem stuff and whatnot. Cowboys active roster. Oh, yeah, and I put him in over Ferguson. Ferguson might eat tonight, but don't get me wrong. I think that with Javonte Williams, he's probably guaranteed a touchdown in my eyes. He's probably guaranteed a touchdown. Probably. So I'm hoping, and I know that you have Brock Bowers, all of that. By the way, Addie, Puerto Rico. Thank you so much for the 1-hand heart, by the way. Great to see you in here on the TikTok stream, by the way. You are all over the place, by the way, in a good way, in a great way. By the way, Cowboys roster. There we go. But Isabel, yes, I wouldn't actually know how this is going to go, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. I agree. This is going to be a game that I don't know how it's going to play out because Dallas, I just want to maybe talk about a few things in case you guys are curious about maybe what we look like going into this game, some of the matchups that we might be looking at from both sides of the ball. Dallas's defense is the second worst in the entire NFL, right ahead of the Bengals. Okay, so obviously not a great thing to be one of the worst defenses, but don't get me wrong, the Raiders have looked good in some defenses against some other offenses, but also they are one of the worst defenses in the league. So it's a worse defense versus a worse defense. Now, I will give credit to the Cowboys offense. They are a force to be reckoned with. But here are some things to note. The Dallas defense made some trades before the trade deadline. They traded for Quinnen Williams from the Jets. And they also traded for Logan Smith from the Bengals, who was kind of an infuriated linebacker, just was not happy with his time in the Bengals. But he also wasn't getting any playing time for the team. So he went from one bad defense to another. But you're like, okay, well, they added 2 pieces to their defense. That is kind of a curiosity killed the cat. You're like, oh, they fixed everything. Their run defense has been pretty solid, But the one thing to know is that their passing defense has been god-awful. They have not looked really good this season. They also did not look good last season. But last season, you had a few injuries, and you're like, okay, next season, you're hoping that they're going to be healthy. They're going to be back. They're showing Logan Smith here, newly acquired linebacker in the trade. So, by the way, Hattie, thank you so much for the one hand heart, the one heart me, and the one cotton heart. Much love out to you. And so, all of that to say, their offense is going to be good. Dallas's offense will probably eat for the most part against this defense, especially with two really good wide receivers. And let's not forget, Dallas is also playing with a big chip on their shoulder. They're in Allegiant Stadium, so they're playing an away game, but they are still playing with a big chip on their shoulder. I believe it was Marshawn. I don't remember his first name off the top of my head. Let me just look up Nealon. Just want to make sure that I have the right name. Marshawn Nealon. He did die to a self-inflicted gun wound right after their game 2 weeks ago. And as sad as that is, they obviously had time to think about it, process everything, because he had an insane punt block. An insane punt block that helped them in their game. Who did they play 2 weeks ago? Just to note. Yeah, against the Cardinals. Mind you, they did lose on Monday Night Football, but it is very sad to see. So the Cowboys are definitely playing with a chip on their shoulder. So, with that being said, Noah, yes, the Cardinals, yes. Watch Party is a Panthers fan. I wish we played the Panthers. Maybe next season, Manny. Maybe next season. But Eloise, welcome in. How you doing today? But yeah, I think Dallas is going to be very good offensively. Defensively, I don't know how Gino's going to be able to pick apart some of that secondary. And especially looking at how the Cowboys' run defense is now even more star-powered with Quinnen Williams. I don't think he's the Quinnen Williams that we would have saw from even 3 years ago. But don't get me wrong. He is still a very good defensive tackle run stopper. Now, how would that look for Gino? How would that look for the run game for the Raiders? I'm not entirely too sure. But if I were to put a prediction on things, I think Javonte Williams is going to be able to eat up, especially against our linebackers, because Dallas's offense from a passing standpoint and a running standpoint is going to be able to pull out those linebackers. They're not one-sided, where us as the Raiders, we're kind of one-sided. We don't have many receivers other than maybe Brock Bowers. It's going to be exciting to see how some of our rookies kind of get into the mix. They did kind of cost us our win, or our loss, technically the win, against the Jaguars with some penalties. So how is that going to look like? How is our special teams also going to look like? This is another story point in a storyline that I really want to talk about, is how is the special teams for the Raiders going to respond to their abysmal performance against the Broncos? A missed field goal, a block punt, and just a ton of miscues. They fired their special teams coordinator. So how's it going to look like tonight? I'm very excited to see, though. And yes, by the way, Eloise, welcome in. Carson, I'm a Raiders fan. I'm a Raiders fan. That's why we're doing a watch party. But I also do root for the Cowboys because my grandfather was a Cowboys fan. He grew up in Texas after immigrating from Mexico. And so he was a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. So growing up, he would watch every single Cowboys game that he could. And my dad grew up in the 70s when the Raiders were obviously also good. And so this is kind of a very, very fun game for me to call. So I'm very excited. But yes, Jer, what is good? Welcome back. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Great to see you in here. And yes, I did see that text. Jamar Chase did get suspended. And it's going to be the Pats vs. Bengals game. I don't know if his suspension, like him playing, I don't think it changes much, in my opinion. I think the Patriots will still be able to eat up, especially defensively. But here we go, Nationers. We are here. Daniel Carlson. Oh, yeah. Nice dirty ball on the dynamic kickoff. Turpin, mind you, he is a force to be reckoned. Kevontae Turpin is a force to be reckoned with on the kick returns. He's one of those guys that you're like, you do not want to kick to. So we are back, by the way, Nation. I'll be coming back and forth in stream. See you soon. Sounds good, Jer. Great to see you in here. Again, Noah, great to see you in here. We also got Damon Kendall on the YouTube stream as well. Also, Isabel, welcome in. Manny, Jar, great to see you guys all in on the Twitch stream. If you guys are watching on TikTok, let your presence be known with some 07s up in chat. The Cowboys are going to be getting the ball first. We're also watching a John Cena clip. Love that. But here we go. The 3-5-1 Cowboys versus the 2-7 Raiders. Who is going to come out on top? Javonte Williams with a run to the left for 2 yards. Very nice. Okay. good start, you know, this is probably what's going to be happening. They're going to run the ball, then they're going to start opening it up. I think this Dallas offense will start opening up a little bit. Now, they do have some very good receivers, especially in Jake Ferguson at tight end as well. Javonte Williams, who was recently acquired in the offseason from the Denver Broncos. So here we go. Dak in shotgun, Turpin in motion, run up the middle for Javonte Williams. He's going to get about another 3 or 4 yards. Addie, thank you so much for the 2 roses. Much love out to you. Sunkin, welcome in. How you doing today on the YouTube stream? Addie, thank you so much for the 2 roses, actually. Much love out to you. And they're running the ball pretty early here. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb obviously not in the lineup just because they are running. And pretty much everyone on the sideline, by the way. I mentioned earlier Marshawn Nealon. I don't know how to say it lightly. I want to say it as bluntly as possible, but I also want to be very respectful. But they are wearing shirts for him. Dak Prescott in shotgun here. Deep drop back here. Steps up into the pocket. Max Crosby with the pressure. Adam Butler got held. Tyree Wilson with a hit as he threw. And it's going to be just off the hands of Eric Stokes. Dak Prescott almost threw a pick. Now, there is going to be a hold on this play, by the way, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So I imagine that Pete Carroll and this offense is going to, or this defense is going to decline it because it brings up 4th down here. Very nice. And yes, oh, you're live on Twitch? Yes, Sunkin. We are live on Twitch, by the way. I did not post anything in the Discord, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, we're live everywhere, baby. Figured it would be kind of fun to just be live everywhere today. Big multi-stream. How do I still have my streak? I missed like 2 streams? I don't know, Sunkin, but you got it. You have it still. Yes, we nuked the Atlanta Falcons 3 times in 2025. Here we go. We do have punter Brian Anger back to punt here. He's in his 15th season out of California for the Bears. Trey Tucker going to be on punt return duty. Brandon Laube not going to be back there for once. But, Nationers, we do force a 3-and-out Raiders offense out here for the first time this game. Yes, sure. So the Cowboys did have a bye last week, same as the Chiefs. And yes, this is the first game since Nealon's passing. Yes. It's probably a good way to put it. But yeah, what is the code for seeing the stream elements ranking? I think it was up on stream a while ago. Do exclamation mark leaderboard. I believe that's, or you can do exclamation mark commands because it will pop up a link with all the commands as well. I know, that's what I'm saying too, Juror. That they're playing with an extra chip on their shoulder, especially for the rest of the season. Geno Smith under shotgun, got a nice little pyramid formation. Play action to Ashton Genty. Looking across the middle for none other than Brock Bowers. He's going to be down at the Raiders 49-yard line at midfield. Very nice play action, especially play action to the right because most quarterbacks don't want to play action to their non-dominant hand because they have to flip their hips. They also have to either get the ball out really fast because everything's going to be blindside, especially on the backside of the formation or just of the line. So Brock Bowers already with a great catch, by the way. He's got 18 yards. Geno Smith under center again. 2 tight end set to the left. Run for Ashton Genty, gonna break. Oh no, my goodness, dude. I don't know how Ashton Genty is like not broken his knee. His knees are like made of cartilage, it feels like. Gonna be a loss of 2 on the run here. Now, I do want to mention that we are playing. What is our line? Who is our line? Because I don't think Jackson Powers Johnson is in. I don't think he's in. Well, he's not an inactive. These are all the inactives here, as you guys might be able to see. Interesting. Here we go. We'll look at that here in a second. Geno Smith in shotgun, 2nd and 11, looking to the sticks. Trey Tucker going to get about 5 or 6 yards back. Very nice. I got to look at who is there. So, here's what we have. So, you guys might know that Jackson Powers Johnson, he did get injured in our last game against the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. So, it looks like Jordan Meredith is at right guard. It also looks like Will Putnam, the second-year center. No, excuse me. Yes, Jordan Meredith is playing right guard, and Will Putnam is playing center. That's going to be the lineup here. And I think that that's a better position, and I would like to see Jackson Powers Johnson start playing center more. Geno Smith. Oh, yes! Broke a sack! Michael Mayer with the catch for about 3 yards. Okay. Okay. Very nice, but unfortunately, It's going to bring up 4th down. Wow. Okay. But yes, Sunkin, yes, Marshawn Nealon was the athlete for the Dallas Cowboys who passed away about a week and a half ago, right before the Thursday night game, right before their bye week. So should be playing their hearts out. 4th and 6 coming up. Not too great, by the way. Not too great. And the Raiders have had no opening drive touchdowns since week 1 against the Patriots, which was the last time, other than the Titans, of course, that they had won. One of their 2 wins of the season. By the way, Jordan, congratulations on the 15-stream streak. AJ Cole going to punt this one back. Number 27, Tristan McCollum going to down the ball at the 4-yard line. Very nice. Let's go. Come on now. Yeah, the O-line, not too great. I would have liked to see, especially those 2 athletes, the 2 linemen, just kind of look back, kind of work back, because nobody's in front of them. You know, nobody's in front of them, and I don't know if they're obviously being taught to do that. Because I think instinctually you have to have an assignment, right? But instinctually you also want to just go after the guy. You want to go after the guy that you see, or the guy that's not being blocked, right? But you have to follow your assignment. I think there's probably an assignment to that. But also, Sunkin, congratulations on the 15-stream streak as well. I don't think that they threw to Ashton Genty. They did not throw to Ashton Genty at all. They handed that one off. Oh, I guess you're saying can't throw a 5'9" Ashton Genty to a 6'5", 300-pound lineman. Yeah, you're talking just about the run, right? I guess you said throw, so I was like, I don't think they threw to him. But, yeah, just not too great to start off with here for the first series. But I guess both pretty much a 3-and-out. I know that the Raiders did have a first down to start the drive, but nothing other than that. So, going to be interesting to see how Ashton Genty gets worked into the system here. I think a lot of passing. But we just don't have a passing game that I think the Cowboys defense is going to respect, if you know what I mean. They're just not going to respect our passing game like they probably would for other teams. And so, yeah, I'm not too sure. But Manny, welcome back, by the way. Great to see you in here. Hopefully you guys are doing well, by the way, Nationers. Hopefully you guys are doing well. It's so great to see you guys back in here, back at it for another stream. It's been about a week, so I just watched Evan Mobley. Sorry, just checking my my story here. That's so funny. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. I also brought snacks, by the way, Nationers. I also brought snacks. Very happy because I have not eaten since about 1 o'clock. So I gotta, and if I don't eat during this stream, Nationers, then I unfortunately will not eat until like 8 o'clock. We also got Tom Brady in the building. I have 1.15. That's crazy. Run up the middle for Javonte Williams. He's going to get about 10 yards. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down here. And I know what would help, not eating a 1,000 calorie Costco calzone. That would be half my daily calorie allowance for this challenge. Unfortunately, I don't think I can afford that. I might be able to, but here we go. Another run for Javonte Williams on 2nd and 1. Gonna be stopped after about a gain of 2. But Manny, what are you camping here for week 12? Okay. So, Nationers, the Cowboys get their first down of the game on their second drive. Now, Javonte Williams, he has been a very nice pickup for me in fantasy because I picked him up after their week 1 game. And I've been very happy to have picked him up. Now, Dak Prescott has only thrown 1 pass, and it did go incomplete. So, Dak Prescott, back to pass here. Oh, please be a fumble. Please be a fumble. Yes. Tonka Hemingway. Oh my gosh, Max Crosby, my defensive player of the year. I'm telling you. Mind you, I don't think that he is. Mind you, Myles Garrett has had a great season, but Max Crosby, I believe, oh man, that is definitely not a four. Oh, dude, they're probably gonna rule this one a forward pass, just like they did with Cam Ward. Oh man, oh my God, please be a fumble, because like he definitely jarred it, but he definitely didn't hit it out of his hand. Oh, please. I know. I saw the replay. But yes, also, god damn, that'd be crazy. What is top coins? The coins have nothing to do. It's just Stream Elements' way of being like, hey, this is what you have. Like, this is how much you've chatted. You get points for different types of things, like chatting or even subscribing. You get boosts with it. So I'm not really sure what the top coins does, but they have no implication for the stream. It's just Stream Elements' way of tracking things, I guess. They are going to count it as a fumble, Nationers. They are counting it as a fumble. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. 26. Here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun here. Yeah, oh, Tyler Lockett. Oh, Geno, don't take a sack. They were doing a little jail, like almost like a jail screen. They were almost doing like a jail screen for Tyler Lockett, but the linebackers caught it like right away. Raiders duck. I think there might have been a misspelling. I think you meant to type an F instead of a D. But gonna take a sack here. 2nd and 17 coming up. Geno Smith in shotgun. Out to Ashton Genty in the flat. Gathers his feet. He's gonna get about 6 or 7 yards of it back. We got to score here now. A field goal would be nice, but a touchdown just sounds so much better, right? A touchdown sounds so much better. So play calling, he's only going to get 5 back. Exactly, Patrick. You're going to get about 6, 7 of it back. I'm not too sure. They're only going to give him 5 yards here, so I misspoke. But new center, Will Putnam in the game on our O-line here. You have Brock Bowers in motion. Geno Smith in shotgun. Trips bunch formation to the right. 1-by-3 formation. Geno Smith looking across the formation. Brock Bowers. Oh, on the back of Trey Tucker. Surprised he wasn't able to make that adjustment, man. It's a good look. I got to see this replay, though. Got to see this replay. It's about 6 or 7 plays so far. That's actually our 7th play. We went from 6th to 7th. Geno Smith. Yeah, Trey. Dude. I think Trey Tucker does. This is just my thoughts here. I don't think Trey Tucker is supposed to be curving that route inward, because I know that there's a cover 2 with the safeties, but you just cannot. You just cannot be curling that in behind a linebacker. You got to go to the open space. But, Nationers, good news here for the Raiders. We go up 3-0 at home against the Cowboys. Here we go. Nationers, also, I got to ask. How do you like the new bottom graphic that I made? And thank you so much, Patrick. I really appreciate that, my guy. Much love out to you. Isabel. Oh, Isabel's dropping swear words. Oh, no. Isabel's dropping swear words here. Going up to 3-0. Hello? Scout? But also, Patrick, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation, the realest community on the internet. I also need to finish my Nutri-Grain bar, so I also hate chewing on camera. No, not on camera, just on microphones. So you guys will probably not hear me talk for a split second. No, Nationers. I said 6-7 because I thought he got 6-7 yards. Drew, great to see you in here. Thank you so much for that follow button. I used to have a fidget spinner that sat at my desk, but I don't know where it's at. Yeah, Drew, it's rough. Because you still walk away with 3 points. Great field yard, great field position, but you just can't capitalize. I think Trey Tucker didn't run the right route. He ran a seam, but I think you should make that adjustment. Because you're not going to throw over the guy. You got to throw into that open space. Dante Thornton looked open, but the ball was already out of his hands. So it's kind of rough. You got a fidget spinner, but it's more of like a ninja star. I have like a round one. Really cool. I think it might be downstairs. if I'm not wrong. Hold on. No, I agree. I agree. No, but here's the thing, Jer. That route, when you run a seam, you have to run into the open space. You don't run behind a guy on a seam. Especially in a cover 2, you run into the open space. So if they shift, then you shift your route. Because let's say if he's coming over, you have to move away from him because you're trying to split a cover 2, and they're playing cover 2 in that position. And the linebacker dropped off. He cut in, if that makes sense. If you watch the replay, Trey Tucker cut behind, and that's why the ball ends up being on his left hand behind him, because he can't get his feet around because he cut in. You're not supposed to cut in on a seam like that. But Carr could have made a touchdown off that fumble. Absolutely. I also think the play callers were way different. George Pickens going to get his first reception of the day. He's going to get about 13 yards on first down here. I also think play calling is huge, and I don't really like the play calling this season. I think the play calling has been very telegraphic, and I don't think it prioritizes the weapons that we have, if you know what I mean. But yes, can't swear around my parents. I would definitely get in trouble for that. I wish both teams could lose this game. Technically, they could tie. So at least they don't win and they don't lose. But we don't talk about the Seahawks last night. That made me mad, Damien. It was, oh man. Watching that, I watched a replay. We weren't watching it live, but I was like, I started scrolling through Instagram, and I was like, uh-oh. Sam Darnold seeing ghosts again. It happens, but if your defense is going to hold that offense to 21 points, especially with 4 turnovers, I think that Seahawks will be just fine. But yeah, I agree, Chucky. I think it's been very predictable. Just from an offensive standpoint. I like it. I like Chip Kelly. I just like him more at the college level, because college, you obviously have worse players. You know, people that you can kind of look at your stars. So it's interesting to see that that's kind of not the mentality he's kind of came into this season with. But Chip Kelly's prime might be past him, I will say. But we do get number 44. It looks like their fullback, Trent Sieg. No, excuse me. That's their long snapper. Who was that? Might also be their fullback, too. I don't think it is, but Luep. What's his name? What's his number? Luep. Let me see if I have him on my list here. But he did get a nice little pass for about 15 yards. And yes, but she doesn't anyways chew when our parents aren't around. Raiders going to win. They got full netherite chance. That's what I'm saying. Brandon, what is going to welcome in? How are you doing today? How we doing? I'm doing well, Brayden. How are you? Oh, Tonka! Tonka! Almost had another recovery, this time for an interception. Did get a batted pass, almost to his hands, by the way. Tonka Hemingway. I think this defensive line will be able to save us, though. I think he'll be able to keep us into the game. Number 99, Thomas Booker, man. Oh, Caillou Blue Kelly's in, man. Oh, I hate this. Caillou Blue Kelly's in, man. But yes, yes, we do. And yes, Young Jedi, welcome in. Raiders are so, I'm tired of it. Well, hey, it depends on how tired you can be. Dak Prescott, an empty set. Rolling to his left. Gonna try and find, no, intended for CeeDee Lamb, but just gonna be passed out of bounds here. I don't like that Caillou Blue Kelly's back in, man. I like Darian Porter. I know he got picked on a lot, which is gonna, I know from just a staffing standpoint, they're just gonna be like, you let up a bunch of yards. But yes, hey, thank you so much, Brayden. Great to see you in here, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great. And, oh yes, the LED lights. I don't have any on. You want blue for the Cowboys? I got you. I got you. Just because technically blue is the ones that we do use. So, Nationers, that's going to bring up 4th and 3. The Cowboys are going to be attempting a 50-yard Brandon Aubrey kick. He has been 88% from 50 plus. And man, dude, that thing is good from like 90,000 feet, 90,000 yards. Pretty crazy. George Pickens, I think, giving Dak Prescott a piece of his mind right now. High defense or just 2 washed quarterbacks? Well, I mean, the batted pass definitely was a defensive play. Like I mentioned, I think, Jur, that the defensive line will be a problem for both offenses. I think our offensive lines are not super great this season. I think ours is by far worse than the Cowboys. I think so. So what I'm thinking is it's going to be a defensive line versus defensive line, and it's just going to be who comes out on top after the war of attrition in the trenches. Because, like, Dak, when he has time, he can make a great play. And not, mind you, I don't think half of Dak's bad plays are because of his fault. I think a lot has to also do with the line at times. Whereas I think most of Gino's bad plays is because of the line. He hardly has any time. Or I guess flip that back around, I guess. Yeah, I think D-line, I don't think a lot of people really respect the Raiders D-line because it's like, it's not obvious that they're great. But I think it will be the thing that keeps them in this game from both standpoints. I think the Cowboys offense definitely has a bigger talent pool and bigger play calling abilities. So, yeah. How's fantasy going? So, I need Javonte Williams. Here's my fantasy, guys. So you guys can see here. Here's my fantasy. As you guys might be able... Oh, you guys can see. I had Sean Tucker on the bench. I had Sean Tucker on the bench. Hey, Chucky Jimenez, thank you so much for the live gift. Much love out to you. Yeah, I agree, Jur. And I mean, you could probably say that for most defenses. I mean, other than like maybe the Giants. You probably could say that for most defenses. Like even the Bengals. I don't actually know their D-line other than Trey Hendrickson, right? You could say that for the Browns. The Browns have a great defense, and you're probably just like Myles Garrett. You know what I mean? But yeah, I need Ashton Genty and Javonte Williams to go for about 23 points apiece. But yes, everyone says Cowboys are going to win. Then knock on wood. It's definitely good luck. Thank you, Sunkin. I would be happy with a win regardless. But I think this part of the season, you have to play for draft position. Especially if you're just not going to win games. Like, I mean, if you're in the middle of the road, like you're going to get like a 12th to 13th pick and not make the playoffs, it's a little different. Knight Rider, what is good? Welcome back. But yes, I'm going to start to head out for the night. I'm going to check scores tomorrow morning to see how things went. We got work at 7 a.m. tomorrow, so enjoy the rest of your stream. Isabel, thank you again so much for being here. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your night. And thank you again so much for being here. Our respective Cowboys fan. Great to see you in here. Most Raider ever. Love him, man. The Raiders, that's why he plays every position. Yeah, I like Max Crosby a lot. I did not want him to sign with any other team, but I would have obviously respected if he did. I mean, that's his decision, but to be here, I gotta love it. We're also seeing a nice little journey of Ashton Genty. Grew up in Jacksonville, moved up to Virginia, it looks like, spent a few years up in Italy, and then he also ended out high school. Fake pitch to Ashton Genty. Gonna be a Jack Betch bootleg into the flat for a gain of 20 yards. Very nice. I like that. Jack Betch, just no penalties here. No penalties. All that I ask, but very nice. Fake pitch. Got all the linebackers moving. Got Jack Betch. You also gonna hit Trey Tucker, but I think he hit Jack Betch there. Trey Tucker with a nice little block. I like it. I like the play action. Because I think the linebackers also respect Ashton Genty, especially on any run that goes wide. I think the linebackers also respect it. Geno Smith, play action. Looking deep. Brock Bowers! I like it. He's going to get about 15 yards on a catch right at the numbers here. Oh, my goodness. That got me lightheaded there for a second. But yeah, sounds good, Isabel. Hopefully you have a great work shift tomorrow, especially with your last day, technically your Friday. Okay. Mind you guys, hey, Geno Smith is 6-7 right now. Gotta just note that. He is 6-7 right now, Nationers. But here we go. Two tight end set to the right. 3 tight end set to the right. Do we have tight end attack? Is this tight end attack? If you guys have been watching my Raiders rebuild, Ian Thomas with the 15-yard out route. The Raiders are driving. Guys, we have a Jack Betch, Brock Bowers, Ian Thomas, all for 15 yards right now, guys. Mind you, I did mention that the Cowboys' passing defense is not great. They are not great. They are awful at coverage. They are the second worst in the entire league behind the Bengals. Okay? Mooney, thank you so much for the alert. Great to see you in here, my guy. Much love out to you. Yeah, I think we played in like week 2 or 3 because we were playing against Andy Dalton at the time, and the Red Rifle whooped us. College pitch. Oh, Ashton Genty into open space. He's going to take the loss of 3, but he's still going to get a catch. That's positive fantasy points for me. But Geno Smith did get hit while he threw the ball. Man, okay. And also, DeMarvion Overshown. This is also his first game of the season after an ACL, MCL, and PCL all got torn last year in Week 14 on Monday Night Football. So hopefully that does not happen again. But here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun. Excuse me. 2nd and 14. 2-by-2 set. Geno Smith with Ashton Genty to his right. Geno Smith looking for Trey Tucker. Right at the numbers, but hit as the ball got to him by Deron Bland. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Nation. 3rd and 14 coming up. Ah, that just hit Trey Tucker's hands, man. That just hit Trey Tucker's hands. You got to catch that, man. Got to catch that. But yes, Brayden, got to go. I'll join later, my guy. Sounds good, by the way, Brayden. And Knight Rider, welcome in again, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Here we go. 3rd and 14. Looks like it's going to be a 3-by-2 set. Empty set for Geno Smith. Ashton Genty motioned out to the right side. Brock Bowers to the left. Michael Mayer also into the game. Geno Smith stepping up into the pocket. And guys, it's going to be defensive line versus offensive line. Geno Smith is going to get sacked for a loss of 6 here, Nationers. Not great so far. After some really good plays, I would have liked to see a rollout to the left. I would have liked to see that. Yeah, I don't like the play call, these last few play calls. I like all the bootlegs. Just don't rely on the line. All you have to do is just don't rely on the line, and things should be good. Nationers, 45-yard attempt for Daniel Carlson. New special teams coordinator, AJ Cole with the hold. And Daniel Carlson is good. 6-3 game. Here we go. Also, John Cena's final match at Madison Square Garden on December 13th. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. John Cena's actually a lot shorter than I thought. I also have a John Cena, definitely a fake signature. Like, he didn't, I'm sure he signed it himself, but mass printed. I actually have one up on my wall. We are a soccer team score again. Oh gosh, it's gonna be like the Chiefs versus the Broncos, like yesterday, like 2 touchdowns, rest field goals. I mean, yeah, I like a confident Daniel Carlson, like the swagger that he had even years ago, playing with DC, even under John Gruden during that time. Like, they were heavy into the field goals, heavy scoring offense, so a lot of extra points, a lot of field goals. When I had him on my fantasy a few years ago, where I won the championship, he was golden, dude. Like, a confident Daniel Carlson is unstoppable. Like, clutch king, man. Like, he did, excuse me, Brandon Aubrey reminds me a lot of him. Brandon Aubrey reminds me a lot of just how he plays, kind of a former soccer player, just the way that they kick. Brandon Aubrey's by far the better kicker, don't get me wrong, especially now, especially with the leg that he has. Like, I don't think Daniel Carlson could kick like a 60-yarder just like automatically. Whereas I look at Brandon Aubrey and I'm like, 61? Yeah, okay, might as well add 3 to the board. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Carlson has been great for us all season. He's had 2 really bad games where you're just like, ugh. But it's nice that it has not trended that way. So nice to see him back, I have fallen injured. Absolutely. Very nice to see him back. Very, very nice to see him back. But yeah, did I sign my, oh, I did. Okay. So I need a big dinner tonight because I might just make chicken and rice tonight or something. I might just make chicken and rice. I might make like 2 chicken patties or chickens, and then I might make some rice and whatnot. Denver-Jacksonville games hurt me for him, bro. I agree, because the mixed extra point that cost you the game, or at least cost a tie. Well, technically we did go for 2. We could have still played for the tie, but it would have at least got us the win. Like, where the Jacksonville Jaguars would have had to go for 2 because we would have been up by 1. If we had scored again and obviously won, but that hurts. Also, Bryce Young threw for 448 passing yards and 3 touchdowns? That's a franchise record? Manny, what the heck? Kim Scatterbo at MSG and WWE, that would be crazy. I watched none of the Panthers game. None of it. But I heard Michael Penix got hurt. Here we go. Kevontae Turpin caught at the 1-yard line here on the kickoff. Gotta halt this man. He can bust one open anytime. Number 25 in on the tackle. That's going to be DeCamerion Richardson on the tackle. Monday Night Football next week is... Oh, the Panthers versus the 40... Oh, Manny, this is why you're locked in. This is why you're locked in. I like it. 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 Oh, my God, dude. Janikowski... He was my favorite kicker, that left-footed freaking kicker. Dude, I loved Janikowski growing up. Loved him. Mind you, like, I don't think he would, like, 50 yards now, back then was not as good as it was now. But Dak Prescott back to pass. Going to be George Pickens. Cut at the 50-yard line. Going to be down at the 50-yard line here as well. Janikowski, a left-footed freaking Polish kicker, dude. He was amazing. Then he went to Seattle. Or did he play for Seattle before he went to the Raiders? I think he was after. But, man, I loved him. I love Vinatieri. Like, I used to grow up playing like Madden 08, so those guys were great. Dak Prescott back to pass again. Plenty of time rolling out. Gonna be George Pickens again. Hit as he catches the ball by Isaiah Palameu. Excuse me. Gonna be a first down again. They are driving. Now, again, secondaries for a lot of... Both of these teams are very similar. You're looking at a mirror from both sides. Defensively in the secondary, not good, right? But then also, defensive lines look great. Offensive lines both don't look great. But who's going to come out on top? It was after. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I just feel like I've seen footage like back in the day where he played for the Seahawks before. But number 43 for the Cowboys... Oh, he's actually not on my list. I do not have him on my list. He's going to be Davis. Who's Davis here? Let's see. Davis. Malik Davis. Okay, I can remember that. Malik Davis with a run up the middle for 5 yards. Woo! 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 Sorry, I'm just celebrating. I am just celebrating. But here we go. Dak Prescott with a run to the right for Javonte Williams. He's going to go for about 12 yards. On a 2nd and 5, they are in the red zone now. Going to be the end of the first quarter for the Cowboys in the red zone for the first time this game. Okay. See how the Raiders defense can respond here. In Allegiant Stadium, how are they going to respond? Woo! But Nationers, I also want to mention today was my first time in 5 months. I was actually able to go for a running workout, by the way, Nationers. First time in 5 months that I was able to run. So very, very happy about that because, yeah, it's been a little rough over the last 5 months not being able to run. So I was able to run for the first time in 5 months, which I've been very happy with. I also, it reminds me, I need to grab a tennis ball. I need to grab a tennis ball, Nation. I need to roll out my foot after that run. But I did a little workout at a soccer field. And for the workout, I basically did run walk. So you walk the sidelines of the soccer field, and then you run the end lines where the goals would be. And then you walk, and then you run the short side, walked alongside. And I did about 8 to 10 rotations. I kind of lost track, but overall, it was really good. I was really happy about it. So, very exciting stuff there, I will say. Very exciting stuff. So, Nationers. Oh my gosh, hold on. We're good. And also, yeah, damn right, and surpassed Cam Newton. I mean, Cam Newton, he was a great quarterback. He did pass. I mean, mind you, he did hold the franchise record. But yeah, you know what they say, keep pounding, bitch. Quote by Ocho Cinco. I got a hole in my ceiling from a tennis ball. Did you have like a lacrosse ball? Thought it was a tennis ball and just went yoink. How did that happen? Chucky, I haven't played many CODs. I've kind of lost interest in a lot of CODs, mainly because, one, they're really expensive and I don't really play them a whole lot. The last one that I played was Cold War? What was the last? Let me look at the last few CODs. Last CODs in order. Or the last, let me look at the COD series. Oh, I played Modern Warfare 2. The re-release of it. I did play that. I played Cold War, and I think I maybe played Vanguard. Maybe. Maybe it was just Cold War and Modern Warfare 2. Those were the last two CODs that I played. Haven't really cared too much to play them. Dude, I don't know what Mark Davis's... His haircut is so interesting. Like, it's like a bowl cut mullet, and it doesn't look good on him. Dak Prescott at the 18-yard line, going deep to the end zone. George Pickens somehow caught that. Oh my gosh. It's definitely out of bounds. There's no way that George Pickens... Oh, what the... One-handed over the shoulder. Wow. Dude, George Pickens, man, with the single hand grab. Yeah, I'm getting into Battlefield 6. I love Battlefield 6. I love all the Battlefield games. I haven't played all of them, but Battlefield 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I played it a lot as a kid because it was like the only shooter game that I had that had multiplayer. So I'd play it a lot. Dak Prescott, fake pitch to Javonte Williams. At the number, CeeDee Lamb with a touchdown. Damn. Look at that. Wow, oh wow. 6-9. But yeah, I like Battlefield 6 though, I will say. I really, really like it. Especially their new Battle Royale 2, I really like. It's a little interesting. There's a lot to it, but generally it's a pretty fun Battle Royale. I've really enjoyed it. It's definitely a different take on Battle Royale, which I enjoy. Isaiah Palomalu, what are you doing, dude? You're in cover 2, and you're just looking at Dak Prescott. I hate to say it. By the way, Stormy, what's good? Thank you so much for leaving some likes on the live stream. Much love out to you. Guys, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, guys. Isaiah Palomalu is a god-awful safety. Like, I don't want to diss on players because, again, they're in the NFL. They get paid, you know, a lot of money to do something that I wish I could even do, right? Play football at a high level. Hence why I do play-by-play. But Isaiah Palomalu might be one of the worst safeties I've seen on this team in a very long time. He's just watching. What are you guarding, dude? You're not watching Steph Curry bring the ball up court. There's a guy with a ball in his hands, and he's trying to throw it to somebody who just ran by you in the end zone. Isaiah Palomalu is going to give me CTE, dude. He's going to give me onset CTE. Just watching him play. He had 2 good games, both against the Jaguars and the Broncos. He actually looked good, making tackles in open space. But holy goodness, just let in a touchdown because he didn't even watch his assignment. He didn't even look at his assignment. Oh my gosh. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. This might actually be a pretty fast game because nothing's been out of bounds. There have not been a whole lot of incompletions. And if there have been, they've just been going to 4th down anyways. Like, the clock has been rolling. This game might be over by like 7:30 at this point. But yes, that George Pickens that George Pickens catch fed the Salvation Army jerk. That was nuts. Like, I was like, oh, it's like out of bounds, but like I wouldn't have been surprised if it did. But man, dude, that catch was insane. That catch was insane. I'm getting a text. That catch was nuts. I keep getting a text. Yeah, sure, that was nuts. But by the way, I know that we're talking about games, just we're in game break here. The only thing I've seen about Black Ops 7 is the mission where the guy becomes like a giant. He just becomes like a monolith of a person. Like, I don't know where the plot got lost, but it's lost. Like, I think they should have stopped at like Black Ops 3. But leave it up to Activision and COD to not come up with any good thing. I would love, I know that most people probably wouldn't like it, but I would love, like, to go back to, like, a World at War. Like Call of Duty World at War is by far, like, one of my top, like, 10 games of all time that I've ever played. Like, I love it. And so, yeah, I just, I wish they would go back to maybe some more, like Revolutionary War type stuff. You know what I mean? Or, like, put me back in, like, a World War. I know they only did, like, World War I or II, but I would like to see it again. Raheem Mostert here on the return. Gonna find a nice little opening, brought out to the 31-yard line. Jeff, for Raheem Mostert, dude, I feel like he has not gotten, like, a single rep on offense. I feel like they are just giving Ashton Genty, like, 95% of the reps. And it looks like Overshown getting some work here. I like his number 0. I really like number 0. It's just a really nice number. I played 4 in high school, the only year that I played tackle football. And, but yeah, then COD changes the games, it gets hate, but if they keep it the same, it gets hate. I agree. It's just like movies these days too, Sun Kim. Play action for Ashton Genty. Geno Smith steps up into the pocket. He's going to take it on his feet. Geno Smith with a slide. He's going to get 8 yards on first down here. Down at the 29-yard line. I saw NBA news for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, dude, Con Knipple, he's definitely, like, top 3 for sure. Like, VJ Edcomb's still there. I think Cooper Flagg's kind of moving his way up there, but I think that those are probably the top 3. But yeah, I really like Cold War. Like, being on the boats, I love it. I chucked the tennis ball straight up, and then a hole appeared. That's funny, Sun Kid. Sorry I haven't been active in the Twitch stream. I do apologize. Uh-oh, that's a false start on Stone Forsyth. Not going to get called. Raheem Mostert going to get a run. I was just talking about him not getting any touches. And he gets a nice little 2-yard run to the left. Good for him. Also, Nation, it's going to be very fun to record the Dallas Cowboys versus Raiders. If you guys have not been keeping up on my Raiders rebuild, every single week, every matchup, I do a Raiders rebuild. So I play the matchup that we just played in real life, and I'm rebuilding the team. And I don't know if you guys have gotten the chance to watch. Look up Jared Hathaway Plus on YouTube. You guys will find the Raiders rebuild. Feel free to watch from start to finish. They're about a 45 to an hour long. So, yeah, here we go. Oh. Geno Smith on a bootleg to the left. Had to flip his legs. Was not able to get the ball to Trey Tucker in the flat there. But yes, just FPS games in general are kind of dying altogether. I agree. I mean, people that are going to play, but what about a general audience? I just don't think you're going to see that as often. Like, you kind of lost me. Like, I'm a very general FPS type of audience. And there's been a lot of oversaturation because games are getting very fragmented now, if you know what I mean. People that play Apex, people that play Fortnite. Run up the middle for Ashton Genty. That's freaking goal. This freaking looks like him in Boise State. On a delayed inside zone run. What are we, the Green Bay Packers? Hey, thank you so much, VJ. I appreciate that a ton, my guy. Thank you so much, man. Dude, I've been feeling good. I've definitely lost a lot of fat on my body. I'm very lean right now. Very, very lean. Like, you could even see it in my neck. I'm very leaned out. They don't care about my Hornets or tanking. No, they've been playing well, though. Can't win games. Here we go. 1st and 10 after the Ashton Genty run. Play action. Oh, Geno. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ashton Genty just drops it. Ashton Genty just drops it. Had a lot of people in the area. Like 2 defensive tackles got to Geno by the time he looked back at the line. He had to dump it off. I don't know if that was it a screen or was it just it was probably bad play. Scoreboard is wrong. Oh, you're right. I do apologize. Thank you. Sorry. I forgot to add the extra point. Thank you, Basin. BJ, it shreds you up. Yeah. I mean, it's not because of the workouts, because of the calorie deficit. Because if I can eat how much I burn, I would look the exact same. It's all about being in a calorie deficit. Workouts are supposed to assist your calorie outtake or how much you burn. So, yeah, it's because I'm in a pretty heavy calorie deficit. I'm in a soft MMA fighter right now. So I burn about 2,700 and I'm at a 2,000 calorie. So about 6 to 700 calorie deficit per day. But I have a refeed day every Wednesday where I could eat up to 2,500 calories. So then it's about 200. And so that's just to obviously satisfy like goals for every Wednesday. I get to have a refeed, so I get to eat a little extra. By the way, DMV Mason, thank you so much for that follow button. Gino Smith in shotgun after the sack, 3rd and 19. In the flat 4, Ashton Genty. Oh, and it's just going to be knocked out of his hands as he was hit. This offense looks terrible. I'm going to be completely honest. That's going to be completely honest. That's what I've done for my 2 years doing 75 hard. Very nice. Yeah, 2,000 calorie intake is my goal, which is pretty possible, especially with chicken and rice and kind of reducing the overall carbs, because most carbs just have a lot of calories in it. But I've always been pretty health conscious. But yeah, I just haven't been able to do 75 hard because I haven't been able to walk for like 45 minutes a day or like do a whole bunch of stuff. So now that my foot was like pretty healthy to actually be able to have do a lot of impact on it. So yeah, eggs, eat eggs without yolks. Oh yeah, because especially with the protein too. Because yolks are just full of fat. Delay a game, which I don't actually mind. Are they going to accept it though? Because AJ Cole could definitely punt this, and I think they're taking the delay a game to move them back 5 so you get some more yards here, which I think is smart. Just lost 3 games of blackjack back-to-back. I think it's telling me to stop today. I agree so. I think so. Here we go. AJ Cole back to punt. Oh, a little sniper of a punt. It's going to be caught at the 7-yard line here. Devontae Turpin. Ooh, he's going to get a nice little head-to-head action. Whew, my goodness. CeeDee Lamb here with that previous drive had a touchdown. Playing what's good. I'm playing Minecraft with random block drops and grass box gives me Bastion loot chest. Nice. But at the same time, maybe the next game I'll win. That's the wrong. It's the wrong idea to have. That is the wrong idea to have. The only thing why I don't eat eggs, I love eggs. It's just cleaning a pan. Even a nonstick is just so annoying to do all the time. It is just very frustrating to do. So I prefer not to eat eggs because of that. Because they are just generally kind of annoying to deal with. Plus, I like adding cheese, which I probably could add cheese onto them. But at that point, I'd probably just go buy egg whites from Costco, so I don't have to cook them. But BJ, I do appreciate the love. Ray Wang, what's good? Welcome back. How are you doing today, my guy? Great to see you in here. How have you been? Welcome back into another live stream, my guy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully you've been doing well. Great to see you in here. How have you been, Ray? I can't make eggs without burning them. Eggs are like super difficult to burn. How are you burning eggs? They're very slow burn. It's not like rice where like if you cook rice in a pan, you just like cook it too long. Or like it's already cooked and you put it in a pan, like when you're making like teriyaki chicken or like something in a wok, you could burn it pretty easily. Who scored, Caden? So 2 field goals. Brett Aubrey, obviously, and then Daniel Carlson with the 2. But CeeDee Lamb scored, Caden. Ray Wayne, good. How about you? I'm glad to hear, Ray. I'm doing well, by the way. Doing well, feeling good. Off to a great start this week, man. DoorDash yesterday did well, earned $74, which I was super happy with. Even with being tired, you know, gotta stay disciplined with the goals and whatnot. Pickens almost had a touchdown. The ball was a little bit out of bounds and his foot hit out of bounds. He had a crazy one-handed catch, though. Mr. Positive Vibes, bro, well done on your 75 hard journey. You're absolutely crushing it. I respect it so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Positive Vibes. I appreciate the love, by the way. Thank you so much. Hope I can inspire you guys to, you know, maybe even try it. Maybe just even get more active too. You know, it's been difficult to balance a lot of things, but if I'm able to do it, I hope that you guys know that you guys can too. What am I eating to help? So every morning I'm eating sourdough bread and cereal. Pretty much just like honey nut Cheerios, but just Cheerios with milk. It's about 300 to 400 depending on how much cereal I have. And then I meal prepped over the last week. So I had chicken and rice for dinner. I had tuna sandwiches for lunch. And then I also, I also had, an acai bowl that was like basically a smoothie, like a healthy smoothie with strawberries and raspberries. And then I would typically fill it in with like a flatbread pizza or like a burrito of some sort. Yes and no vibes. So everybody, I'll at least say everything is different here. Dak Prescott with a Javonte Williams run up the middle. Landon Roberts in on the stop for a gain of 0. But yes, kid, that's awesome. Great game yesterday by the Broncos. Bread, yes and no. Carbs, if you don't exercise, are bad for you. If you eat a bunch of carbs and don't exercise, then you're not burning any glucose or glycogen. When you work out, carbs are not bad for you. Same thing with like eating candy. If you ever like look at like triathletes and whatnot, you'll be like, or like hybrid athletes that are like high intensity workouts, they eat a bunch of candy because they need quick sugar for their glucose, right? But then 2, carbs are stored energy. So like a lot of runners will eat carbs beforehand, not heavy meats. And so, yeah. Seahawks cooked so hard. My hometown team is running the field. Let's go. A tough game yesterday against the Rams. I mean, especially for playoff position or even divisional position too. But I think the Seahawks will be just fine heading into the playoffs, as long as nobody gets injured, of course. Here we go. Dak Prescott back to pass on 1st and 10. Low pass for Jake Ferguson. Could be an incomplete pass, but he's going to get about 5-6 yards here. Thought that would have been an incomplete pass. Touched the ground there. But, yeah, not great. Also, I try and get back to you guys' messages in between a few plays here, just because, yeah, definitely an incomplete pass. Ball definitely touched the ground. I don't know how the ref did not see that. I don't know how the ref did not see that. 2nd and 10. Okay, they did call it an incomplete pass. You have Dak for 200 yards. I think that's possible. He's at 90 right now. Last drive, he was cooking. Yeah, he'll definitely get 200 today. I think he definitely will. This is the Giants game as well. Oh my gosh. Glad you did not leave early, by the way, Caden. That's good. That's awesome, though. That is super cool. Were you at the Thursday night game as well? The 10-7 game? Little quick slant for George Pickens across the middle. He's going to get about 7 yards here. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3. George Pickens, he has been targeted quite a lot here. He's already got 5 receptions for about 70 yards. He is looking good. My sister is also probably enjoying having him on his team now, because I got rid of him in a trade. So that's been that. But yeah, I've been at every home game this season. That game was so bad. Yeah. I mean, to be at the Giants game, I'm sure probably made up for the Thursday night game as well. CeeDee Lamb in motion. 3-by-1 set to the left. Dak Prescott across the middle for CeeDee Lamb. Just need to break a tackle, but Isaiah Palameo in on the tackle across the formation at midfield. CeeDee Lamb starting to cook now, man. Dak Prescott slinging that thing, man. I think Dak Prescott is a great quarterback, man. I think he is. A lot of people really hate on Dak Prescott. I am a huge Dak Prescott fan. Especially those first 3 weeks, like up until that Giants game. You know, you have a few stumbles. I think every quarterback does. They're not going to have like 300-yard games and like multiple touchdowns, but you have some people that do. I think part of it offensively too. I think Dak Prescott's still a great quarterback. Javonte Williams. Excuse me, that is Malik Davis. He's going to get a 10-yard run to the left. I just knew it looked a little different. Max Crosby getting a little chippy. Looks like one of the offensive linemen got in there with it. Yeah, Jared, yesterday I probably ate like 5,000 calories, maybe more. Half a taco pizza is 1,000 calorie calzones. Wow, damn, Sunkin. That's crazy, dude. That's the gluttony they talk about in the Bible. My God. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Jared, I was going through some old edits. I made myself playing COD. I realized I used one of your rap songs. Which song was it? Knight Rider, thank you so much for leaving some likes to the live stream. Run to the left for Javonte Williams. He's going to get about 2 yards. Not a lot on fantasy so far, but just about 2 yards here. But yeah, I've been at every home game. I'm mad. DZ just got robbed. DZ. Who's DZ? Dez Bryant? Dez Bryant? Who's DZ? You're good right now, Jared. Thank you, Manny. Thank you. Costco gets the best of you when you're hungry. There is something called discipline in knowing that you can't, that you probably shouldn't. Just because it's an option does not mean it's an option that you have to take. Here we go. Play action. Dak Prescott, plenty of time in the pocket. For CeeDee Lamb across the middle to the 20, to the 15, down at the 14-yard line. Wow, what a good ball by Dak Prescott right over the defensive player. Very nice. Ray Wang. I have to go. It's about to shower, about like 3 or 4, because I have to go shower. Very nice, Ray. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining in on the stream. I hope that you've been enjoying the stream, by the way. Really appreciate you joining in. Hopefully, it's been some great commentary for the Cowboys versus Raiders game. Raiders need to stop. You hate the Cowboys, Seth. Right. Oh, you're hate watching the Cowboys because you're an Eagles fan. I see. I see. We'll see what we can do. I'll put in a good word with a good man, Patrick Graham here. Dak Prescott under center. Run up the middle for Javonte Williams. He's been stopped. He's gotten about 5 yards at most, but he's been stopped. Going to be 2nd and 10 coming up here. Oh, Dolph Ziggler. Nice. I've been way more active yesterday alone. I walked a trail almost 6 hours. Then tomorrow, do another 5 hours. As long as you're tracking your calories. I mean, you can eat 5,000 calories as long as you're tracking your calories. As long as you are. Patrick Graham's been in the league for 17 seasons. That's actually wild. That is actually wild. Oh, Facts or Fiction. Very nice. I love that song. Fact or fiction, you're not to the diction. Country, I need a prescription. Here we go. Javonte Williams into the flat route. Going to bring up 3rd and 10 here. That's at least a catch for fantasy, baby. Woo! I have a feeling they're probably going to be passing to George Pickens here. This could be a Cavante Turpin, you know, a little mesh route levels or something like that. This could be a good one here. See how the defense responds here in the red zone after a big CeeDee Lamb catch to get them down there. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I'm going to wear my hat like super high up. You guys can't see my face. Here we go. Dak Prescott in shotgun. Cavante Turpin in motion. Calling an audible here. Calling in audible. Dak Prescott. Oh, false start. Definitely a false start. Dak Prescott flips it out to number 40. He's going to get 9 yards of it back. That is going to be Hunter Luepke. He's going to be down after 9 yards. Now, knowing this Dallas offense, they are going to be going for this. 4th and 1 against a pretty bad defense. They are going to be going for this. But again, defensive line versus offensive line. It's going to be the storyline, both sides of the ball for the Raiders and the Cowboys. But fun fact, Panthers are undefeated in Thanksgiving games for the past 10 years. With only one game. That's crazy. That is so nuts. That's kind of nuts. Uh-oh, they're going to take their first time out here. Okay. Dallas Cowboys going to take their first time out of 3. Man, oh man. Yeah, dude, this dynamic duo. CeeDee Lamb getting traded, or excuse me, George Pickens getting traded from the Steelers. Really liked him here. Really liked him. I think he complements CeeDee very well from his play style, the style of play he has. It just loves the John Cena ad. It really does. Like, it keeps playing the freaking John Cena, like, first take highlights. I'm like, great that he's there. I don't care that he's there. They love doing that. I guess it is ESPN, so they're going to promote first take. So, here we go. 4th and 1 here. Dak Prescott in shotgun. 1x3 set. George Pickens to solo receiver. Here we go. Dak Prescott across the middle. That's going to be Jake Ferguson. Oh, little sit route across the middle, and he's miming it up, man. He's miming it up. Wow, what a touchdown by the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be 16-6 right now. Wow, oh, wow. Yeah, I'm telling you, this offense, man, this offense is good. Do not get me wrong. This offense is very good. Offense is great. So, how are they going to respond? 2 dates left, Nar. I know. Raiders need a touchdown. We definitely need to score before half because we get the ball after half. Uh-oh. What happened here? False start. Okay. I mean, Brandon Aubrey's not going to miss an extra point. He's just not going to miss an extra point. You cannot convince me that he is going to miss an extra point, even with 5 yards extra to kick here. Can't tell me. Tyler Bass, left guard. Tyler Bass, where's he from again? Tyler Bass here. TJ Bass, excuse me, out of Oregon. 4th year out of Oregon. He would have been playing. He played with Bo Nix. Who did he play with? Who would he have played with? As a 4th year, probably would have been just out of Bo Nix's. He probably would have been at Auburn at that point. Here we go. Brandon Aubrey with the extra point. It is good. We need the Raiders to have 17. The Cowboys have 38 for the best number. 17-38. Yeah. 23 points. It technically is possible you get 3 touchdowns and a field goal, but you need to miss an extra point. Max Crosby is so frustrated. He deserves better. I agree. I haven't seen any replays. I mean, they keep running the ball to not his side. And just, it's that secondary too. That secondary has just been so frustrating to deal with, man. So freaking frustrating to deal with. Also, Freddy Fazbear Crunch Menu at Popeyes. Might be something I have to get. Gonna up on a Tuesday. I love it, but man, yeah, the secondary just, I don't know what it is about everything from the linebackers back. It is very frustrating. You know what I mean? It's very frustrating to deal with. Very frustrating. What do my guys send in the group chat here? Yeah, it's so frustrating, man. I could definitely understand his griping, of course. Understandable. Started with 17 to right now, he got 67. Number keeps getting similar. What was like another big number that got some craze? I mean, 69's always been just kind of a fun meme, right? It's always been kind of a fun meme. What other numbers? I mean, 1738, 21. 21's got a good one, because of the Vine days. Then, I mean, who else? Who else? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. ACD Coy doing good, bro. I'm scared. Yeah, giving up a lot of touchdowns is not the best. That is true. Just like Booker McFarland would say, you have to score more points to win the game. It's true. It's true. It's how you win the game. If the Raiders score more points, they win the game. I know that there's like two more that I can think that, yeah, I know. I like 21. I mean, 6-7's obviously getting some love now. I mean, 69's always just, it's been there. It's like a legacy pick, right? Gummy Bear album is sold out already. Like, I'm a gummy bear. That album? What is it? The music video of that always used to traumatize me. Always used to traumatize me. What are the boys sending? Oh, never mind. Okay. And I also got a protein bar we'll eat after the second half. Brandon Aubrey with the kickoff return. Sending this one to Dylan Laube on the right side. Dylan Laube trying to cut this one back. Gonna try and get a few extra yards here. He's going to get tackled at the 22-yard line. How's your fantasy doing? Not well. I do need a Javonte Williams touchdown, which is still very possible. This is it right now, though. I have a he's a Chargers fan, by the way. These bitchy LaBosa, by the way. Your streets will never forget. But yeah, I definitely need more points out of both of them. Because right now I'm down by 33. So I need them to get another 16. I need them to get about 20 points apiece, and I'd be pretty happy. Here we go. Ashton Genty. Trey Tucker in motion. Geno Smith under center. Play action. Geno Smith looking deep. Brock Bowers. He remembers that he's on the team. Let's go, man. Dude, Brock Bowers going to have a good game today. He just got another reception for 15 yards. Got 51 yards so far. Very nice. Raiders do get in the second half. They do. And so a touchdown here would be great. Touchdown in the second, to start off the second half would be great. I like both of those. Oh, what a nice route running there. So basically you sell like you're running seams or everything, and then you cut back and whatnot. What's the 42 one, by the way? I don't know the 42. Geno Smith with Trey Tucker in motion. Under center, Geno Smith. Brock Bowers. Oh, Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers just hit each other. Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't have to force it. Just give it to Brock Bowers there, man. Yeah, Michael Mayer kind of got caught up on a block on the right edge, whereas Brock Bowers is supposed to slip underneath it, but the block was a little bit too high because he got in there. And so Brock Bowers was kind of got hit. It technically should have been a PI, but it happened all instantaneous. You can't see it. You know what I mean? Peanut Butter Jelly Time is a great song back in the day. Tyler Lockett and Trey Tucker in motion. Both have to get set before you can snap the ball. Smith. Looking for... Oh, Brock Bowers. Come on, Geno. Ball just got out a little bit too quickly there. Just outside of Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers had not broken. It would have been caught right as he looked back for the ball. Here we go. 3rd and 10, though, at the Las Vegas 38. We are 0 of 4 on third downs. We have an average of 13 yards to go. That's not usually a good third down conversion rate. But here we go. Because if we can't get 10 beforehand, you can't expect us to get 13 on the last try. Ashton Genty in like a college formation here. Interesting. Geno Smith. Looking for Tyler Lockett. He's going to get the first down pass midfield down at the Cowboys 47-yard line. Great drive here. What is 42 though? I haven't heard of the 42 number at all. And I'm pretty socially aware of like pop culture things. I don't know what the 42 thing is. The only 42 number that I know is Jackie Robinson. But here we go. That was such a weird blocking defense or blocking line. It was so interesting. But here we go. Geno Smith, 1st and 10 at the 48. Play action. Looking deep. Looking for Ashton Genty in the flat. Gets him. In open space. He's going to get about 8 yards here. There we go. I like that. I don't mind it. One thing that I wish Geno Smith would do a little bit more, when he realizes that he has no one open, he just needs to look and throw right to Ashton Genty. He kind of looks, makes sure that Ashton Genty's open. I understand that that's probably the play, because you probably should do it. But I think you also got to know if all the defenders are guarding someone else, nobody's guarding Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty gonna get a nice little flat pass for him. He's gonna get a first down and some more. Here we go. Maybe 420. I don't know if 42 is a number. Oh, no face mask. It's a soft face mask. It's not crazy. He was already down anyways. It's not a crazy face mask. Alrighty here. 7 yards after the catch. 8 yards on the total carry on the catch. Ashton Genty, play action. Looking for... Oh, it's tipped! And it's picked! Number 14, Bell with the interception. Wow, Marquise Bell right to him. Did get tipped. They're looking for Brock Bowers. Just sailed a little short. And after a pretty solid drive so far, it's going to come up empty-handed after the pick. Damn. That's a good tip, though, man. That's a great tip. I'm sure they'll show the replay here. 42, which is a popular internet meme originating from Douglas Adams' novel, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't think anyone knows this as an internet meme. I hate to say it, nobody knows this meme. Like, I look up 42 meme and there's like no images or no nothing of it. I'm sorry, 42. No. I looked up 42 meme. Like, I know the Hitchhiker's Guide. Oh, good defensive play. Good defensive play by number 59, Kenneth Murray Jr. Dak Prescott at the 31-yard line here. Setting up shop on 1st and 10. Plenty of time. Deep ball to George Pickens. Oh, and it was almost a pick the other way. Oh, it was almost a pick the other way. Almost a pick the other way, man. Oh, my gosh. Wow, oh, wow. Geno's not getting benched. He's not getting benched for the season. I know that, guys, we are in week 11. If people are saying that he's going to get benched, if he's not benched already, he's not getting benched for the entire season. Kenny Pickett's is not a good quarterback, okay? Geno Smith is still your best option. This isn't basketball where it's like, oh, the guy, Stephen Curry's not shooting well. We need to take him out. We need to put Jonathan Kuminga at the point. That's not how that works. This is not like basketball. 2-minute warning here, guys. I'll take a big paycheck and get benched all season. Depends on what your guaranteed contract is, because they can still cut you and waive you. So yeah, just must be a meme in the UK. It's not a meme here, I'll tell you that. Like, I mean, I'm sure I can look up like a bunch of stuff that says like internet meme. I have never heard of 42. And like, I am chronically on the internet. Like 6'7" is probably the most recent number one, if that makes sense. Well, no. So he did not get signed. He got extended to a few different things because he got traded from the Seahawks. So he's carrying his $37 million contract that he would have had in Seattle. And then since it was his last year of the deal, usually in the offseason, you could extend someone. They also extended to a $75 million contract. Does not mean that he's guaranteed $75 million. That just means that the contract with incentives and other things would total $75 million in total. Which again, this is why a lot of people in the NFL or just pro sports, they sign these big contracts. Some are guaranteed a lot of money, some are not. Like Sam Darnold's contract is a very friendly deal for the Seahawks. He signed about 3 years for $99 million, but he's not guaranteed a bunch of money. So if Sam Darnold, let's say he did not play well, let's say he was seeing ghost every single game, they could easily just cut him and not take on a lot of cap space. Not, or technically dead space, dead cap space, that is. Dead money is how they refer to it. And so if, let's say, Sam Darnold did not play well, they could easily cut him, go draft somebody, maybe play Jalen Milroe. They could do a lot. They have a lot of options because of that. By the way, Raul Beyoso, welcome in. How you doing today? And Seth Messersmith, thank you so much for that follow. And welcome to the nation. Welcome to the Risk on the internet. Great to see you in here. But with that being said, yes, we did extend him to a $75 million. So he is technically our quarterback for this season and the next two. So it'll be interesting to see how the next two play. I have not been super high on J.J. McCarthy myself, Seth. I think it's one of those things. It's very similar like Quinn Ewers. Like, the quarterback's not the reason the team is good as they are. You know, he did good enough to obviously get them to a championship, you know, go and win it. But yeah, he's not my, very similar like Quinn Ewers. Like, they were the #1 seed last year, ranked team. And, you know, it's not because Quinn Ewers is a good quarterback. Dak Prescott in shotgun here, 2x2 set. Javonte Williams with the pass blocks here. High pointed ball for CeeDee Lamb. And it's going to be a flag thrown on Darnay Holmes, man. Going to be a flag thrown on the 7-year vet, Darnay Holmes. Man. Raul Beyoso, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the Risk on the internet. Jared, thank you so much for the hydration, by the way. Rico Suave had fun in Carolina. I agree. He's been really good this season. Really liked him, especially with Chuba Hubbard out too. Isabel, yes, things are looking good. They are. They very much are. Uh-oh, Malcolm Kuntz. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Malcolm Kuntz getting himself ejected. He's getting ejected. Malcolm Kuntz and Tyler Guyton, they were getting into it. Malcolm Kuntz threw a freaking right open hand club, man. So we have defensive PI. We have personal foul. And I think Malcolm Kuntz is going to get ejected. But thank you, Jared, for the hydration. I do appreciate that a ton. Got to stay well hydrated. But I will say, like you mentioned, Seth. Like you mentioned, for J.J. McCarthy to be already into a system after his MCL injury last year, Sam Darnold in, right? For J.J. McCarthy to not play after into his second year like he is like a solid quarterback is concerning, especially under a quarterback heavy development coach like Kevin or KOC. Beat Doom Scroll in here and you showed up my FYP. Let's go, Isabel. Well, I hope that the Doom Scroll goes well. And man, they are looking good in field position right now. Las Vegas 47 right now, Nationers. Not so great. Here we go. Dak Prescott under center. Please give it to Javonte Williams. He gets it. Busts a run up to the middle. Oh my God. Almost just broke his own ankles. Oh, is that going to be a fumble? I don't know. Hello? How do you not get the ball there? I think he's already down, but I don't know how you don't get the ball there. Oh my gosh, Nationers. Yeah, I don't think it's a fumble. I think he's already down. Yeah, he's by far down. Yeah. He's down. He's down. He's down. He is down. Javonte Williams, though, gonna need him to get quite a lot of points. Also need Ashton Jeanty to get quite a lot of points. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out. I think Ashton Jeanty will get a lot of receptions, but I need him to get a lot of yards with it as well. Because rushing, he's only gotten 10. Whereas Raheem Mostert's only gotten 7. I love Dak. I am a huge Dak fan. I really like Dak. I mean, obviously, there was a few year stretch where obviously, you know, playoffs haven't played well, you know, and the Green Bay Packers you know, in the first round a few years ago. I really like Dak. I think he gets a lot of unnecessary hate, but also Dallas is probably one of the biggest teams in the NFL. And so it's understandable. Jared, what's good? How you doing today? Great to see you in here. Welcome in. But yeah, playoff Dak. I mean, oh man, that 2016 run, him in his rookie season with Ezekiel Elliott, man, that was something special, man. 13 and 3, 13 and 4, 14 and 3. I guess they only played 16 games, so 13 and 3. And that was a special time. Dak Prescott out of Mississippi State. Crazy. Dak Prescott under center. Oh, I have a false start. Don has a fish face. Jared does not have a fish face. Welcome in, Don. How you doing today? False start here. Oh, Jared taking the #1 gifter spot. I think Addy had it earlier today because Addy was crushing it with the gifts. Oh, man. Number 73 on the offensive line, Tyler Smith. They have so many Tylers on the offense. JD, what's good? Welcome back. Parker M, what's good? Welcome back. And it's going, Dom. Very nice. Cowboys had most penalties in the NFL. Is that actually true? That's kind of crazy. Here we go. Dak Prescott back to pass. Steps up into the pocket. Across the middle. 4. George Pickens. He beats Caillou Blue Kelly. George Pickens walks in. He walks in for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. He just walks in. Excuse me. It's 23. Excuse me. Yeah, probably not going to do that, Don. Hence why I didn't say it. George Pickens. Oh, Carson, you're good. George Pickens with a 37-yard touchdown. It's 15, excuse me, that's 10 points of fantasy right there. Crazy. I'm so sad the Chiefs lost. I'm very happy that the Chiefs lost. Me and my friend we were having a Chiefs hate watch party yesterday. We were very happy. Very, very happy. There were some BS calls in the game, but Will Lutz, Clutch King. But JD, welcome back. No, you're all good, Carson. Oh, man. Whew. But yes, Isabel, you guys can actually see your guys' chats right here if you guys are watching on TikTok, which is really nice. Really, really nice. I hope that you guys have the vertical canvas. You guys should have the vertical canvas. Yeah. Yeah, George Pickens, though, Cowboys keep scoring on every drive because Raiders defense can't stop an offense. They can't stop a good offense. They can stop a mid offense. I'll tell you that. They can definitely stop a mid offense. Like the Broncos. Oh, man. My, oh, my. My, oh, my. Well, Nationers. It is... Oh, there's a flag. I think this is still going to stand. But there was a flag. I think it's still going to stand. Unless it's on the offense, they're probably going to re-kick it. But I guarantee you Brendan Aubrey's going to still make it extra point regardless. So... Here we go. 23-6. 23-6. Come on now. It's going to be 24-6 here. I mean, unless there was like 12 people on the offense, they got a 15-yard penalty. George Pickens. I don't know what are they doing? What is happening? Why are they showing nothing on the field?
They're at 250 yards of total offense here in this first half.
Yeah, 200. That's crazy. 250 yards of total offense. Looks like it's on the defense. The point after is going to stand. Now, what are they talking about? Anywho, we're heading to bed. Adios. Have a great rest of your stream. Thank you so much, Isabel, for tuning in. Hopefully you get some great rest for a work shift tomorrow. But Manning, oh my gosh. Yeah, let's actually look at the standings while we're at it, because it's going to be playoffs here. Yeah, this is the playoffs, but you guys can't really see that. But yeah, Broncos, New England, the Colts. It's just because they're on a bye. Colts had a bye this week. Whereas like the Patriots and Broncos haven't had their bye yet, so they look really good. Yeah, dude, the Panthers, man. That's so interesting. Panthers also haven't had their bye. Yeah, Pete is not happy. Oh, is it offsides? Pickens' unsportsmanlike conduct. They did show him a lot. That's why I was kind of confused. And like, obviously, if you're painting the camera to George Pickens, it's 100% because of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But yeah, dude, Pete is not happy, especially if you're having more special teams, like, I don't even know what you call them, miscues. I mean, it's offsides. You make the extra point anyways. It's like, it's not much. By the way, Bailey, welcome back. How are you doing today? Great to see you in here. Nationers, the Raiders have about 1 minute and 10 seconds to go drive here, which is plenty of time to actually go drive. They still have all 3 timeouts. The Raiders also get the ball after half. I see what you mean, Carson. Also, Nationers, just to let you guys know, if I'm ever chewing, I will not be talking because I hate the sound of chewing while people are talking, and I'm sure you guys do as well. But yeah, Geno, P, everyone got to go. Now this is bad. Would be interesting. I mean, if you're Mark Davis, you're the guy that's got to make the shots, right? Or, you know, I guess technically a GM could also do that, but yeah. I mean, Geno's played well, other than the pick and maybe 1 drive. Mind you, it's not like stellar, but it's great for Geno standards. So, Dylan Laube with the return to the 30-yard line here. But yeah, a lot of people are going to look at that pick. Oh, man, that is a great defensive play, by the way, too. Like, Brock Bowers is most definitely open. It's like, do you high point it? Yeah. Yeah, pass protect. Oh, we can't even run the ball either, Joe. Can't even. Well, Matthew, that's interesting. You say Trey Crosby at this point like we wasting his talent. Well, he had the opportunity to go sign with some other team this offseason, and he still signed with the Raiders. So, oh, that's a late hit. What are you doing? Raheem Mostert's like 1.5 feet out of bounds. What? Oh, my gosh. Honestly, I'd put Diggs in. I mean, A.J. Brown still had a good game against the Eagles. I didn't watch the Eagles game, and I don't want to box score watch, but I didn't watch a lot of it. But Diggs he's been pretty solid. Oh, Jesus. Good recovery by Deron Bland, intended for Tyler Lockett at the numbers here. 53 seconds on the clock here. For my game cut off, it's not letting me watch. No, Carson. Here we go, Nationers. Oh, Deron Bland, dude, what a great defensive play. Wow, very telegraphed. Refs every time missed calls. Yeah. I mean, you even could have said illegal contact, too. Here we go, Geno Smith back to pass. Deep drop back. Avoids the sack. At the numbers. Trey Tucker finally hauls one in. He's down at the 35-yard line. And not the Raiders 35. The Cowboys 35. Here we go. 1st and 10. I mean, KLC, you could probably say that about most. I mean, we're very lucky, especially for your age, to have 3 Super Bowls. I mean, most teams cannot say that they have 3 Super Bowls. Logan Wilson. I said Mike Wilson, I think. But yeah. But here we go, Nationers. I think we're going to take our first time out. We do. Yeah, Brock Bowers is very fast for his size. He's definitely a burlier dude. He's definitely so slow, don't get me wrong. Like, slow compared to, like, most receivers. But, man, the way that he could get open, I really like the way that he plays a lot. Fire coach trade Geno. Nobody's trading Geno. Nobody's trading for Geno, unfortunately, Damian. Nobody's trading. Hey, hello from Washington. I love Wisconsin. I went to Madison, Wisconsin back in 23. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed Wisconsin. I really like Tucker. I mean, he's definitely like a wide receiver 3 on any other team. Like, he's a Kevon Turpin type of player, you know. But here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun. Cross the middle for Brock Bowers. He's going to get tackled after a gain of 7 here. What's the play call? Do you call a timeout? They are going to take a timeout because the clock is stopped. I am a Raiders fan, Carson. Yes, I'm wearing a Raiders hat. Joe Buck. I need Joe Buck to be like off the perk again, dude. Man, is it so exciting to be back. There's Tom Brady. Some words I can't even say. That is true, IFL. We do get the ball after half. Now, I will say, we got the ball after half against the Denver Broncos, and we turned it over right away. Oh, coming from a Dolphins fan. I like the Dolphins. I mean, I do. I don't. It's kind of hard to like Tyreek Hill with all the off-the-field stuff. It's like I can't like Rashee Rice because of, like, you got to be a good human. I can't support a not good human. Like, I don't care how good of a football player you are. You know what I mean? But you guys did beat the Bills. You guys did. But yes, just seen a clip of this game. Why they all look 40? Huh? The Unk Bowl. The Unk Bowl 2 is... That's fun. I agree, KLC. I agree. I do have them on my fantasy. But... I will say that was a very tough decision. So, with that being said... 29 seconds left, 3rd and 3. I think you just get something right across the middle here. Something right across the middle. Here we go. Tyler Lockett in motion. Geno Smith in shotgun. 3-by-1 set. Screen pass for Raheem Mostert. He's going to be tackled. He's going to get the first down, though. You're going to have to use your last timeout. I think at this point, you go take some shots at the end zone. I do like Devon A-Chain. I really like A-Chain. I really do. Like, all the porties look like they're past 40, well, the ones I've seen. I mean, 1, they're football players. 2, I don't think they look 40 at all. Maybe 30. Because most of them are probably, like, late 20s. Most of them are typically in their late 20s. 40's rough. But here we go. Raheem Mostert in the game, by the way. He's still in the game, of course. Geno Smith in shotgun. 2 tight end set to the left with Trey Tucker out wide. Trey Tucker in motion. Tyler Lockett, single receiver to the right. Go take a shot to the end zone. Cannot take a sack. That's not a fumble. It's not a fumble. Definitely an incomplete pass. Here we go. Raiders do not have a timeout left. They just used their last one. After Raheem Mostert's screen pass. This offensive line is god-awful, dude. If they're 24 and you were born 6 years ago, how old would you be? 6? You'd be 6. You'd be 67. Okay, guys. We gotta focus on football, guys, okay? We cannot be just bringing up random stuff. Gotta focus on the play-by-play, guys. Here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun here. 2nd and 10. Gotta take a touchdown attempt. Tyler Lockett and Geno Smith are not on the same page. Geno Smith is looking for a 10-yard out, and Tyler Lockett is looking for a go ball to the end zone. But there was offsides. But the thing about being offsides is that the clock still ran down, and you get 5 yards. So, I mean... Not great, right? Not great. I have fallen. Thank you so much for leaving some likes, Manny. Thank you so much for the posture check, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not great so far. Tyler Lockett definitely needed that out. Oh, but he pointed. Oh, and the ball had already left. Yeah, it's probably one of those option plays where if the corner plays off, you go down. If he plays low, you go back. Geno Smith. Oh, my God. 2nd and 5. Oh, my God. Okay, well, at least it was 2nd and 5. KLC, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Yeah, because Tyler Lockett pointed up. He was like, oh, he's playing down. I could beat him. Yeah. Oh, my God. Dude, this line is so awful, dude. This line is so bad. Having Stone Forsythe as your left tackle is god-awful, dude. Fowler just in on a big hit. My gosh, man. Quinnen Williams went from ass team to a slightly not terrible team. Well, I mean, the Cowboys are still a good team, I would say. Just defensively, they suck. Defensively, they're really bad. And it's kind of hard because, especially looking at an offense, you know that you're going to have to pass, right? Like, let me look at the Cowboys. Like, what are their games? right? One against the Jets. The Packers tie, of course. The Giants, super close win there. I mean, Eagles in week 1 was still really crazy. The Bears, that was an interesting one. Like, Caleb Williams threw for like 3 touchdowns. The Panthers was a very interesting loss. But the Broncos, like, yeah, they got so far behind because of their defense. The Commanders, obviously, you win. The Cardinals was a very interesting loss, too. But Jacoby Brissett, I love Jacoby Brissett. Geno Smith in shotgun here. 2 wide receivers to each side. Geno Smith, 3rd and 5. Got to go to the end zone. Intended for Brock Bowers. Defended by Kalen Carson, the 3rd year out of Wake Forest here. But brings up 4th and 5. Do you just take the field goal? Field goal doesn't help you here. Does not help you here. You get to 9. You're still down by 15. 2-score game. You got to put that on him, man. Got to put that on him. I mean, do you take the field goal? I don't know. Yeah, you are going to take the field goal. Man, this would be a great time to have Daniel Carlson in fantasy. He's been kicking field goals all year. I know. I think you got to go for it, too. Just because you could be at 15. But yeah, you go into halftime. The hard part is you're still down by 15, so it's still you're gonna have to go for 2 at some point. So it's either you do it on that score if you do score, because you're not gonna have enough time. You just don't. Halftime, we get the ball back at least, but yeah. So let's say it's 6-24. You score a touchdown. It's gonna be, at most 14-24, which would definitely help. But that means you'd have to go for 2. Then here, Wake Forest, you indeed did. To the effing College Bowl game. Shout out Wake Forest, man. Hunter Salas. This is unbelievable, but also believable. Very believable. We've had, it's been very inconsistent. We've had great drives. Like that one drive that we just drove down like 10 yards of play. At least first down. Looked great. By the way, Isaac Videos, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Soccer team score again. Another field goal. It's more like a rugby score. Well, maybe not. Rugby, you can actually score a lot. I'm very done with this team. The Raiders score again. What the score be? Well, if the Raiders score when they come back, it would be 15, potentially 16. You're going to have to go for 2 at some point because you're so far down. One pass will get your heart rate up and have hope. More like one drive. Like, well, actually, you're probably not wrong. Sure, one pass will definitely get you there. Like, all the Brock Bowers catches, I've been like, oh, yay. But then we have some, like, boneheaded play. Mind you, I don't think, like, all of it is the play calling. I think the offensive line is just that bad. I think they are just that bad. I genuinely. My Sooners are a good team. Jared, thank you so much for leaving some likes, by the way. 14 still? What do you mean, Manny? Not too sure what you mean by 14 still. But yeah, Nationers, 24-9. How many games in Scoregami? Let me look up NFL score. Ogami. Or score Igami. Let's see. Wait, did we get a Scoregami yesterday? Whoa! Yesterday, Nationers, we had the Tampa Bay 32, Buffalo 44. That is the 3rd Scoregami of the season, I believe. 3rd or 4th. Buffalo's 2nd Scoregami of the year, by the way. Hey, Cam, what's good? Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, we definitely have played better last season for sure with far less. Wow, that's so crazy. Wow, Buccaneers, Bills. That's the Bills' 2nd Scoregami of the season. So, Nationers, what's the score right now? 24-9. 24-9. Has happened before. There are 26 games of it. The last time it happened was actually earlier this season. It was the Tampa Bay Detroit game. Game before that was in 2023 with the Denver Broncos beating the Chiefs. Game before that was in 22. And we've had a lot of 24-9 games. So not a Scoregami yet. Not a Scoregami yet. So sad to see. But I know we were definitely off to a good start. Why was Genty not on the field last drive? Because Raheem Mostert's a better pass catching back than Ashton Genty, just from an overall standpoint. You don't need Ash and Genty to be in there. Raheem Mostert could definitely still take up assignments. It's not the Ash. It's the same reason why when you see a lot of people and a lot of teams in like 2 minutes, they don't have their star running back in. Because you're passing a lot of the time. In fact, the Cowboys aren't good either, but it tells you how bad the Raiders are. Cowboys are a good team. The record does not reflect how good of a team they are. In many ways. They have a great offense. Their defense absolutely sucks. But let's also not forget, I'm sure most people don't know that they're getting 5 new players to their defense. 5 new players. 2 from a trade, 3 from injury. Yeah, their record absolutely does not look good. I mean, it could be 4-5. You know what I mean? I'm 31-bit of fan since 91. Never seen a team this bad. I'm sure you've probably seen the Jamarcus Russell era. But the defense was actually pretty good then. Yes, Seth, that should actually be a pretty interesting game. Just because you don't see that matchup a whole lot. Should be a good one. Geno Smith is still your number 1 option regardless, Santos. Geno Smith isn't going anywhere. If anyone is ever saying that Geno Smith this season needs to go somewhere, he's not getting cut. He cannot get traded at this point. And he's not going anywhere for the rest of the season. I know Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, I don't know what their schedule looks like for the back half of the season. I'm sure they got some divisional games, of course. But let's say they win this game 4-5, and obviously include the 1, right? 4-5 after this win. Eagles, let's say they win it. They're 5-5-1. Let's say they beat the Chiefs. They lose against the Lions. So now they're 6-6-1. The Vikings, they win 7-6-1. The Chargers, they lose, so 7-7-1. And then they win out. So then they beat the Commanders, beat the Giants, or 9-7-1. Depending on how it plays out, they might be able to make the playoffs. They're not winning the division. I think the Eagles still win that. But where would they land? Because they're 11th looking in. Like they would need, so knowing their matchup, they need to beat the Vikings and they need to beat the Lions. Those are 2 teams that they must win. Now the Eagles, it definitely helps if they win. But I will say having the tie definitely helps them. Definitely need a good offseason for sure. We should try and get the Rockies car. The Rockies? Like the Colorado Rockies? Bench Geno, he's complete garbage. Well, so is Kenny Pickett. So, I mean, if you want to see anything better, you're not going to get it, unfortunately. It could happen. It could happen now with a rejuvenized defense. I mean, you get a corner, you get a safety, and a linebacker back. All that are pretty much starters. I'd rather take my chances. That's rough, Santos. Beggars cannot be choosers. I mean, Geno's had a few good drives, but also, yeah, double coverage, and 2, the line has been awful. A lot of people always look at Geno, especially with a lot of things, and like just put the blame towards him, right? Because, yes, he does play pretty bad for the most part. But if you watch the games, I've watched every game this season. A good like 20% are probably not his fault, if not more. 20 to 30% are not his fault. Yeah, Niners next week should be good. Who they played yesterday? Who they play yesterday? Oh, they played the 49ers. Oh, excuse me. The 49ers played the 49ers. Played the Cardinals. That's right. That's right. How can you defend this dude? Well, because that's just the reality of it. We play Sanders next week. We are cooked. If Sanders beats us, that would be kind of funny. We are 7-4 with a hospital team. You're talking about the Cowboys, yeah? Couldn't make dude look good. It'll be interesting to see how that defensive line gets to him. Oh, Niners. Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, nice to have Brock Purdy back. I liked Mac Jones there. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, for the most part, anytime he has a decently good quarterback, I mean, he make Nick Mullins look good. But very quarterback system quarterback type of team. So obviously Brock Bowers Brock Purdy looks good because of that. The Raiders beating us would be very hilarious. Or even Dylan Gabriel. Like any of them beating us would be really rough. I hate to say it. Here's the thing. You cannot have it both ways. If you want a good offseason, you have to lose against the Browns next week. You have to. The Browns have, and probably will have the same record as us at 2-8. So yeah. Unknown, it's illegal to stream the game. So no. Just doing watch party, play-by-play. Have the Cowboys losing to the Eagles and beating Washington 2 times. That's fair. Yeah, I actually thought he did pretty well for his first game back. Especially not playing for a while. Turf toe is not a fun injury to have. Because you cannot do anything on your foot. So glad to see that he's back. But yeah, if the Raiders want to have a good offseason, you have to lose against the Browns next week. I hate to say it. People like Sellers. I don't watch college football a whole lot, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Cowboys are making the playoffs. 3 NFC team West are making the playoffs. That could be very true. I mean, they could still find themselves in the hunt, but this late in the season, you need a lot to go right. And saying that from a Raiders fan, you need a lot to go right. Yeah, I mean, for sure the Rams are making it. For sure the Seahawks are making it. The 49ers, would have to crumble and whatnot. And that's 7. Detroit and the Panthers are still on the outside looking in. So that's a rough one. It is a rough one. Cowboys still have a shot, but they need to win a lot of games. So yeah. And I hate to say it, if anyone is saying bench Geno and they want to, do anything, he's not getting benched, by the way. He's not getting benched for the rest of the season. But yeah, I would agree. It would take the Cowboys a lot. They would need a lot to go right. I mean, if they win every game from here on out, they get it. But if anyone that is saying Geno's had an awful game, part of it also is just not his fault. Yeah, Quinnen Williams has definitely made a huge impact. I know a lot of people kind of expected a first-team All-Pro like he was in 2022. I don't think he's that type of Quinnen Williams you're getting now. Obviously, defensive tackles do kind of stay in their prime for quite some time. Their primes just usually aren't as high if they usually plateau at their high, and then they drop off very, very slowly. Yeah, Jets are terrible. They're losing to the Ravens next week. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, no streaming of the game next week. Chucky, welcome in, by the way. Puperd, welcome in to the game. Welcome into the stream, by the way. At 27 years old, they get a 3. I think so too. They probably get him until like a 30-year-old version of him. Mind you, again, you look at somebody like Calais Campbell, who's been in the league forever. I think Quinnen Williams could probably still be a solid defensive lineman until he's 35. But yeah, exactly, Isaiah. They're tanking for their new punter and kicker, Jared Hathaway. I like your mentality, Isaiah Porter. I just have not been to college for 3 years. So I've been to JUCO college for 2 and have not played any NA or NCAA. By the way, Money Symbol, thank you so much for sharing the live. Much love. I think Ashton probably does get a touchdown. I just don't know what in form. Bears can't draft quarterbacks for some reason except Derek Carr. Even Derek Carr was kind of a hit or miss. He was very much a hit or miss. He's a guy that definitely understood the game from a different perspective. And I think that speaks a lot about who Derek Carr is versus the actual development that he had. But mind you, you cannot forget that year after year, you have to look at the common denominator year after year. I need 5 more points out of Aubrey for fantasy. Yeah, they could probably get a 50-yard field goal or at least a short one. Hey, Santos, don't disrespect the Gardner Minshews of the world. Yeah, I think 4.8. Yeah, I think Pickett gets it for sure. You think the Cowboys can get into the playoffs at 9-7-1? Potentially. Potentially. They need a lot to go right because you need the NFC West to absolutely obliterate each other. Because you have 3 teams in the playoffs right now. So they're already taking up nearly half of the allotted spots. You need them to absolutely blow it up. You need like the Rams to just like beat the Seahawks to beat the 49ers, the 49ers not to win. It's very hard to do though. Very hard to do. Lions are probably still playoffs contenders. Yeah, absolutely. Because they could still win the division. It'd be a lot easier to win the division than for them to try and get in a wild card. Just because of those 2 spots from the NFC West and maybe even the Panthers also looking on the outside looking in too. So yeah. And Green Bay. So here we go. Geno Smith pitch out to Ashton Jeanty to the right, trying to set the edge. But our linemen do not know how to set an edge. They are blocking to the right when you have to step and you have to turn them. You have to turn your linemen. You have to turn the linemen. At least, like, even last season, Pete, I agree. Like, even last season, like, the team was somewhat exciting for being like, okay, like, what can we do this season? But yeah, we've ran 5 rushing plays. Like I mentioned, the Dallas rushing defense is actually pretty good. Especially now. Geno Smith back to pass, looking to the boundary for Tyler Lockett. He's going to get about 6 yards on the catch. Have a foundation on the LOS, just skilled players that y'all need. Right now, we do not have a foundation on the line of scrimmage, my guy. We do not. We do not have our star left tackle, and we're missing our star right guard. And we're playing with a new lineman at center right now. We do not have a foundation for the line of scrimmage. But I will say in the offseason, there's going to be a bunch of offensive linemen that are going to be in free agency, so I think we need to go get one. But yes, next season, absolutely. Jesus Christ. Oh, gonna punt this one away, guys. Geno Smith, pass to Brock Bowers right at the boundary. Just pass broken up by Deron Bland. I don't know why we keep going to Deron Bland. Every time we go to Deron Bland. I also don't know how it's not a legal contact either. You know what I mean? I think it's not a... So, one of 2 things. You realize how you play Ashton Jeanty. Run up the middle is not the way. Run to the outsides are the way. Any of the flat routes are the way, or just screen passes. Those are the way. Oh, gonna trickle into the end zone. Dang. But now that you figured out how to play him, they just now don't know when to use him. They just use him at the most randomest plays. Oh, 2nd and 8. We'll just run up the middle. Frick. Oh, we probably should run up the middle again. Bears have no clue. Next season, this next season, that always the same BS and never get it right. I agree. I think part of it is also coaching. And I think I've mentioned this before in previous streams. The Raiders have been in like a very soft purgatory because 1, the head coaching, 2, you don't have like a star player that you could go like trade. And you're making like softball, like big trades, like for Devontae Adams, right? You go get him from Green Bay. You're like, okay, well, him and Derek Carr, but then you treat Derek Carr like super dirty in their 2nd year. And it is what it is. But then like the Josh McDaniels signing at head coach set us back. You know, we've had a lot of interim coaches. Here's the thing. I know that we go out and go get Pete Carroll. I like him as a head coach. I would not mind him for a few more years, but I think you have to stick to someone. You just have to stick to someone. And maybe there is a person out there that could absolutely blow this team up in a good way and just be like, hey, here's what we're doing. I think we've gotten some really good people in draft these last few years, and Brock Bowers, even Michael Mayer, who's like a good tight end, maybe not a 1st-round pick, but Brock Bowers, Ashton Jeanty, like you got your guys. Okay. This next draft, do you keep Geno And I hate to say it, I don't think that they go for a quarterback next year. I'm going to be completely honest. I think what they do is they do either a star wide receiver or a star lineman. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think they go after a quarterback. Don't think they do. One, because you're paying Geno too much money. Now, if in the offseason they cut Geno and they just say, we're not having you as our quarterback, then you draft one, of course. That'd be too obvious. But I don't think that they draft one. Not because of the class, it's just because the money that you're paying Geno. And I think you're set on this path that, okay, your line's hurt, has not been good. You go out and go get a good lineman. Maybe you just sign linemen. I think that's a lot better to do, and you go sign or go draft a good receiver, because you get a lot more value out of a receiver sometimes than you do out of a lineman, just as a first-round draft pick. The one thing is, Mike, is that linemen aren't usually good for like their first year or two. Now, someone like even like Joe Alt, like, I mean, yes, you do get those random people, like even like Will Campbell, like they make their impact known very much off the rip. But it would not be too bad of an idea to go sign the crazy free agency that they're going to have at O-line. Here we go. George Pickens with a little flat pass after Javonte Williams run to the right. I don't think you need another defensive tackle, Seth. Do not think so, my guy. I don't think you do. The amount of times that we've drafted many. Renato, welcome back, by the way. Great to see you in here. We do not need any more defensive linemen. I hate to say it. You do not need any more. Thomas Booker, Jonah Puegs, Tonka Hemingway, Max Crosby out on the exterior, Adam Butler, Tyree Wilson. Your whole defensive line you've drafted. You don't need another one. Raiders only good first and 2 games rest of the season. You might need to reword that one. Renz, welcome back. How you been? How was your Tokyo trip, by the way? How was your Tokyo trip? Here we go. 2nd and 8 coming up after Javonte Williams run up the middle. Renz, I've been good. I've been great. How have you been? Jake Ferguson in motion. Dak Prescott in shotgun. Back to pass. Looking deep. Looking into the flat. Jake Ferguson. Bulldozes Devin White. He's going to get about 3 yards. Maybe 4 yards here. Manny just made a brilliant song. Oh, right. Eagles have a great defense. I agree. I don't know if you're talking about the... Well, you said wide receiver, defensive tackle, and we were talking about the Raiders draft. Since we're watching the Raiders game. I understand that you would talk about the Eagles, but I can't read your mind. I need you to tell me if CD catches the ball. I got you, Carson. But yeah, I'm going to Korea with my girlfriend in Korea in January with family. Very fun. That's awesome. Very cool. After a Japan trip, Dak Prescott in shotgun across the middle for George Pickens. Running east to west here. Probably could have got him. Oh, and he breaks a tackle. He's past midfield. George Pickens. Oh my God, dude. This guy does not go down. George Pickens, after running east to west, he somehow, I don't even know what happened. He somehow gets 21 yards on that. Crazy. Derek. Oh my God, not even Derek. Excuse me. George Pickens. That's not his name. Eric Stokes. Oh my God. Oh, almost like a Jake Ferguson screen there. Eric Stokes runs over his own man. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. But here we go. Dak Prescott under center. Give it to Javonte, man. I mean, the pass game is so crazy, man. Here we go. Number 40 with the catch. Going to get a first down after a gain of 12. I just cannot have CD touchdown. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go up the play-by-plays. Whatever happens, happens. It's just how it be sometimes, you know? Just how it be sometimes. But, man. I like how they said they don't play the first series. Like, why do they keep showing that? The first series was a 3-and-out. Like, this first series was a 3-and-out for the Dallas Cowboys. Why do they keep showing, like, hey, these two did not play the first series? Yeah, because they ran the ball 3 times. Jesus. Well, technically, they ran it twice. They threw it once. But It was a 3-and-out. So it's like, it doesn't matter that they didn't play the first series. The first series went for 4 yards. I hate cherry picking stats. Like, wow. Wow, well, that first drive must have been so far. They didn't even play? Yeah, they got 4 yards. Oh, the Hornets lost by 2. Who are they playing, by the way, Manny? What's going on with the Raiders? They're playing a game right now. It's just not a good one. Chip getting fired after this game, it's an iffy one. They're going to look at what they did right, and then they're going to look... they're just going to try and fix what did not work. So... Run to the left for Malik Davis, excuse me. He's going to get 4 yards. Why are we lining Max Crosby under the guard and making him play with his hands in the ground trash? Because he's an edge rusher. That's what you do to edge rushers. And they're probably just going to chip him all the time. Dolphins versus Raiders. Who wins? Probably the Dolphins. Dallas haven't fired Eberflus yet. Chip is safe. I would agree. I would agree. First and 10 for Jake Ferguson in the flat. He gets -1 yards. He's never played with his hands in the ground until this year. No, he's 100% played with his hands in the ground. Mind you, he stands a lot, but he is also very much played with his hands into the ground. He is an edge rusher. I'm surprised they didn't call that a -1 yards. Like, he definitely lost a yard. But 2nd and 10 here. Dak Prescott. Quick pass for George Pickens. Oh, he's going to do the freaking Tennessee miracle leap. Stretch out, but he's going to be short by like 2 yards. Worth resigning to fight the cap space. Dude is good. I agree. George Pickens is 100% worth the cap space. He's on a final year of his contract. Mind you, 80% of people actually do not understand how cap space works. Can't just go sign a bunch of people. Oh, goody. Run to left for Davis. He's going to get about a yard. Going to bring it down at the Las Vegas 3 here. That's okay. This is probably a rushing touchdown anyways, Carson. They're not looking to pass here. I don't think a pick is in likelihood. Mind you, Seth, I hate to say the Cowboys are going to win this game. Pickens is very nice. They just said that he had like 870 yards through the first 10 games of the season. I know it's week 11. They already had a bye, guys. That's their first 10 games. Oh, they are looking to pass. It's going to be Kevontae Turpin. Excuse me, that's not Kevontae Turpin. That is Damone Clark. No, who the fuck is this? Ryan Flournoy. That's Ryan. It's Ryan. That's who it is. Ryan Flournoy. That is who it is. I thought, sorry, I was looking at my active roster and I saw 9. So I thought it was Kevontae Turpin. It did not look like Kevontae Turpin. But then I looked at it. I looked at number 18 and not number 19. But yeah, Isabel is definitely going to be happy, Ronaldo, 100%. But here we go. Brandon Aubrey with the extra point. Another point for fantasy there. Man, Javonte Williams, man. Needed him. Needed a touchdown there for him. I had Sean Tucker on my bench. Max played 9 tech and only put his hands on the ground if tight end wasn't there. So he still put his hands in the ground, right? KJ, I've watched every Raiders game for the past 3 years. Max Crosby has put his hands into the ground. I don't know why you're making a big fuss about having 1 or 2 hands in the ground. I don't know why this is like a revelation to you, KJ. Max Crosby suddenly put his hands into the ground under the same defensive coordinator that he's had for a few years now. Oh no. I'm sorry. This is, if that's the most of your worries, I don't know how I can help you. I don't know why we are arguing. We're not coaching Max Crosby. But if you're upset that Max Crosby decided to put his hands into the ground for the first time in a while or a little bit more often. Oh no. Just so as you don't know ball, this is not Pat's scheme, this is Pete's scheme. That just says that I don't know ball. Oh, KJ, you are so dense if that's the case. You are absolutely so dense. I have watched this team for the past 3 years. So, okay, let's talk about it like this, KJ. You're upset that he's putting his hands into the ground. What is off about that? Why is that better than not? Someone just became a fan? Oh, wow. And someone must be blind. Somebody must be walking around with a white stick. Somebody must be a fan. Wow. That's that hurts me so bad. So bad. So bad. Wow. Wow, oh wow. Wow, we lost Robert Spillane in free agency last season. He was a great linebacker for us last season. It sucks that we lost him. I'm really sad that we lost him. Josh McDaniels is a horrible coach. I was really upset when we signed him. By the way, Amaya and Chikas, welcome back. How are you doing today? Great to see you in here. Jay Easy, great to see you in here. Ismail, welcome back into the stream. Matthew Ruiz, great to see you in here. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome into the stream. Welcome to the realist community on the internet. Welcome in. Chikas, I'm doing great. Feeling great. Obviously, the score, 9-31. See if the Raiders can score more than 10 points. Dylan Laube with the return here. Past the 30, which is actually pretty good. The Raiders have actually had have given up the worst starting field position anyways. But yes, Jared, you're a Raiders fan. I am. Amaya, I am. Been a Raiders fan probably since around 2012, 2013. I probably started watching truly when Derek Carr was kind of the quarterback. My dad's been a Raiders fan for as long as I can remember and whatnot. So, but yeah, maybe the Raiders can get like 6 or 7 more points. Well, one of those is probably guaranteed. Either 2 field goals or a touchdown with a missed extra point, or just obviously a touchdown with a made extra point. Geno Smith in shotgun. Flip pass out to Ashton Genty. He's going to get about 5 yards on first down here. Oh, your dad's a Raiders fan too? Very nice. Very cool, Amaya. I pray for your dad as well. I'm assuming you're a Seahawks fan knowing where you live, but I understand if you're obviously not, but I assume you're a Seahawks fan. But yes, it'd be a Discord now in photos and videos. Oh God. I don't know what's going on in the Twitch chat right now. Oh, your whole family's Saints fans. Rest in peace. Drew Brees was, oh man, I love the Drew Brees era. Michael Mayer with a nice little quick pass out to him. Going to get about 4 yards here. He's going to be shy of the first down here. Have to be. That's very fair, Amaya. I mean, I definitely watched the Legion of Boom. When Sherm and Chancellor and Earl Thomas were there. That was a very fun time to watch. Because I was in middle school around that time, and like every football fan was like, Seahawks, because we live in Washington, right? So yeah. I know, those were the days. It's nice. It's nice to see them back, even with Witherspoon in there. Kobe Bryant on that defense. That whole entire defense has been very fun to watch. Oh, are we going to call it timeout? There's no way that's a delay a game. Oh, it's a false start. It's a false start here. It's a false start. That's no fun. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks defense has been playing very well. Had a few iffy shakes on the offensive side of things, but very well nonetheless. Gavin, I'm a Raiders fan. Very nice. Very nice. How long have you been a Raiders fan, Gavin? I've been a Raiders fan for about 10 years. Isn't that right, KJ? Isn't that right? Here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun position. Trey Tucker in motion. We've already seen this set before. Either going to be a 10-yard out for Tyler Lockett. It's not. It's going to be a 5-yard out for Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers trying to break the tackle. Deron Bland. I don't know why we keep going to Deron Bland. I understand that Deron Bland has had some very questionable defensive plays throughout the season, but I don't understand why we keep going to him. I mean, maybe it's just the guy that's still open, but he's Broke it up 2 passes. Brock Bowers tried to get there. He's going to be about a half yard short. Now, Nationers, we are going to have to go for this. Oh, nice, Kevin. Very nice. But Amaya, thank you so much. I hope that you've been well. And glad to see that I got on your FYP. Much love out to you. But much love, Amaya. Hopefully everything's been going well, content, and enjoying life as well. But yes, I've been really busy. Couldn't be in the live stream until now. No, you're all good, Chica. It's great to see you back in here, my guy. Hopefully you've been well. I really loved watching the Saints. Like, even when Jared Cook was on the Saints, obviously, I was really upset when he was playing for us and then obviously left. Like, it's been so rough, especially over the past few years, losing, like, some really good tight ends like Foster Moreau, Jared Cook, Darren Waller. I didn't mind the trade because we started to kind of phase out of looking at him, but we've always been very tight end. We've had like 1 solid year of a tight end and then kind of a minimal year of a tight end, and then we just like get rid of them, whether that's by trade or free agency. But Darren Waller, I mean, it sucks that he's injured. He's actually been decently good down in Miami now, post the marriage, post divorce. Divorced Darren Waller is a force to be reckoned with. Oh, nice, Gilbert. Very nice. I mean, absolutely would have bet all my money on the Cowboys winning this game. Bet my life savings on it. Gavin, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the Risk Me on the internet. Sneakerology, I am dead. That is so funny. Who would you want there? Do you want like Mark Davis there? Because like that's a common denominator. You know, it is so interesting because like the Pats are 9-2. One of their losses came to us in week 1. Mind you, week 1, you can't really look at things like that because you're like, wow, oh my gosh, like the Patriots couldn't win against the Raiders. It's week 1, guys. It's week 1. That's been a good game. It's been a good game, music. I think that was kind of expected. If you know anything about these teams, Dallas's offense was absolutely going to shred up our defense. Think he'll get the first down? Yeah, Gino's been decently all right on QB sneaks, but it depends on if he goes the right way. Because there was one time a few games ago that he did not go the right way. And it was kind of rough. But yes, Isabel, go to bed. Great to see you in here. I mean, a run up the middle for Ashton Genty is not bad. It's a pitch for Ashton Genty. Break a tackle. Yeah, we get the first down. Okay. First down at midfield here. Jesus, you pitched it right, and I'm just like, oh my God. Get the first down. As my boys are getting more pressure. Yeah, I mean, I really love this Cowboys defensive line. I really like it. I'm not super high on Quinn Williams of like being like a first team all pro defensive lineman, but like he's still definitely like within the top 15 to 20 defensive linemen that you would want on your team. Here we go. Michael Mayer into the flat. He's going to get a first down. I hope that they give him a first down. Please give him a first down. They are going to give it to him. Oh, no, they are going to give second down and like 2 maybe. Second down and 1. I think his foot hit out of bounds. Yep. It did get out of bounds. 2nd and 2 coming up. 3 minutes left in the third quarter here. Everyone is sweating. Everyone is sweating. Cowboys looking like a football team against the Raiders. I think most teams look like a football team. Well, other than the Broncos. Sorry. But, but a lot of teams do. Geno Smith under center. Brock Bowers in motion. 2x2 set. Big pitch out to Ashton Genty. Screen for Trey Tucker. He's going to get the first down and some yards. I like it. Brock Bowers, I like that. Brock Bowers in on the pass protection and also your tackle. Geno Smith makes a really good pass right between the hands of the edge rusher. I like that. I like that. Laura Rutledge, what does she say?
Said that Brock Bowers gets all the tee time because he's got the connections around here, and then they go golf together. But Mike's like, I'm a better golfer, so I beat his butt.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you, Laura. Brock Bowers in motion, 2x2 set. Geno Smith in shotgun. Raheem Mostert into the game. Flip pass out for Brock Bowers, and he just drops it. He just drops it. Hit his wrist. hit his wrist. That was a bullet pass, though. Had to be a bullet pass, but yeah, just hits his wrist, drops right to the ground. Oh, man. Yes, Isabel, go to bed. Go to bed. Is there still a chance the Raiders make it to the Super Bowl? There's still a chance. There's always a chance, right? I mean, as long as you have not been disqualified from playoff contention, you could still make it to the playoffs. But with a loss here, you don't make it. You're pretty much out of the playoffs. East Bay Savage, what is good? How you doing today? Now, Simone, I'm the type of person that's going to tell you up legit. If there's still a chance and you're not out of playoff contention, you still have technically a chance. In realistic chances, absolutely not. It's like -0. It's like under 0. And I'm sure going into the fourth quarter, I mean, if the Raiders don't score a touchdown here, Dak probably gets pulled. Brock Bowers in motion, 3x1 set to the left. Ashton Genty in motion as well. He's just going to set up right behind the line here. Geno Smith in shotgun, as he always is. Looking to the left for Tyler Lockett. He gets the first down on 3rd down after a gain of 11. I like to see it. Here we go. Can the Raiders drive? Our line is so bad, though, man. Like, put JPJ back at center. Put Jordan Meredith back at right guard. All you have to do. Jordan Meredith is playing right guard right now. Just keep him there. Let JPJ just play center. Should I ban Isabel's account so she can sleep? Not yet. Ashton Genty deep. Gonna be a run or play action. Trey Tucker in motion. Geno Smith under center. Run to the left for Ashton Genty. And guys, -2 yards on the run. Also, apologies, guys. You guys have not been able to see the play-by-play. Oh, man. The fact that the entire D-line, like, the entire D-line is, like, not great. You know what I mean? The defensive line's, like, not entirely great. Like, they're not star-studded, but for them to be in the backfield before Ashton Genty even gets the ball is so concerning. Well, it's always a concern. I dislike Pete Carroll, whoever didn't let JPJ not play center. It would have been his son. Geno Smith, back to pass, 2nd and 11, steps up into the pocket, try to avoid the sack. He is going to get tackled, but after a gain of 4. That's going to be the end of 3. Score is 31-9 in favor of the Dallas Cowboys. But yes, technically Pete Carroll. Technically Pete Carroll, yes. Technically still probably has a say in that. To what extent, I don't know. That would definitely be the line coach, which is his son. Davis needs to sell the team. I agree. Well, yes and no. I just think he needs to relieve his duty of, like, who he hires. Get a GM that knows what they're doing and let them just run everything. Mind you, it works a little... mind you, typically the owner does hire the coach, and typically they do come in a package deal with the GM a lot of the time. Tet and Ladd for Ibuka. Let me look at the Bucks schedule here. That's gonna really matter. Tet McMillan. I say keep Ibuka. You have the Cardinals, the Saints, the Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers again. Or excuse me, no, but you have Tet and Ladd for Ibuka. I would actually do that trade, yes. That's a problem. He can't even do that. That's fair. Doesn't help Max Crosby takes up 42% of our cap space on defense, and we wonder why we are trash. Well, that is technically how contracts work a lot of the time. Mind you, it's not necessarily like the basketball CBA where you've been on a team for so long you deserve that amount of money. You do see that with rookie extensions and whatnot, depending on how high you were drafted. But yes, Max Crosby does take up a lot of cap space. Now, to what extent? Let me look up Raiders cap space percentages. I'm sure there's a website that does percentages. Let's see. Do you do percentages? Cap space pre-cut, trade, post-trade, June 1st. Oh, they don't do percentages. Cap table. Give me like one. Colton Miller, cap hits. Yeah, Max. That is technically wrong. Max Crosby does not take up 42%. Maybe 42% on the defensive side. But no, he takes about 13.7 of the total cap percentage. Technically not entirely true. Now, maybe on the defense. Now, you're also playing Malcolm Kuntz to not play, and he's taking up $10 million a year. But I think he's probably gone after the season. Tyree Wilson, just because he was a rookie, a high rookie draft pick at pick 9. Jeremy Chin also being as bad as he is to make $7 million. I mean, you just have a lot of people on your defensive end who are not playing and whatnot. Already did the math. That's fair, Pork. Well, that wouldn't make much sense, honestly, but it's still possible. Are you doing people that are playing? Watching this game is so draining, Carlos. But Pork, your math isn't adding up. You can't go from 14% to 42% just on the defensive side. Because mind you, there's more defensive players making up a lot of money versus people on the offense that are making up a lot of money. Math is not mathing. And that's coming from a math major. But I will coach this team better. Have fun. Raiders haven't been good since before the 2000s. Well, that's not true. Technically since like after 2003, I would say. But ISA isn't on there. Guys, I'm trying to give play-by-play. So anything that's going on Twitch isn't about anything of the play-by-play. So I haven't been giving any thoughts to it. We spent $82 million on defense. Max is $35 million a year. Right. Okay. So you're doing for this year. Because mind you, you can still find people for a lot more money and whatnot. That's not Max Crosby. He's making $35 million a year. What's a problem is that you're giving money to people who aren't good. Like Jeremy Chin and Malcolm Kuntz. Like, I like Malcolm Kuntz. You know what I mean? But you don't need to be paying Malcolm Kuntz $10 million a year. Tyree Wilson hardly plays and he's getting $7 million a year. Trey Tucker, touchdown. Very nice. Trey Tucker, little quick flat pass for him. It's going to be 15-31 here, Nationers. But man, look at that. We get a touchdown. Trey Tucker. Look at that. Little screen pass in a way with Michael Mayer. You should know that this is a screen pass. You have both your tight ends over there. You should instantly know that this is a screen pass for him. And mind you, we do have veterans on defense. You have Devin White. I mean, Jamal Adams, for what it is, like to what consideration you can't call him a vet. He's a vet in the league, but knowledge-wise, I don't know. But yeah, send Geno and Kip to the moon. Will the Panthers make the playoffs? Very possible. I've been a fan of my whole life. I hate to say this, but we cannot win too much in the state we are in. Migs Gamer, thank you so much for the one heart me. Oh, excuse me, the one rose. And Phantom, thank you so much for the one heart me. You'll never win with his offense and defense. That is true. Not with what you have now. I think if you go get a really good quarterback, mind you, if that is in free agency, if that's the plan for them, which I don't think it is. But if someone's willing to just say, hey, dude, like Geno is not the guy, which I don't think that's going to be the case. You're paying him too much money. He probably will still be the starting quarterback next season. The unfortunate part is that you need someone to call, like, really do things. I highly doubt it, Carlos. But I will say, Pork, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Carson, it's definitely not a comeback. You need 2 scores, 2 2-point conversions. It's possible, don't get me wrong, but it's going to depend on how this first drive goes for Dallas. They're probably just going to milk a bunch of clock. We should have drafted him at this point because we don't even use our draft picks. I don't think Shedeur is a good quarterback, guys. He's not a good quarterback for the NFL. I hate to say it. A lot of people probably watched a lot of Colorado games. I watched every Colorado game last year because it was the only games on the west side that we could watch. DMV Mason, we talked about it earlier. It's going to be very difficult. You need a win. There's 2 very important wins because there's teams that are ahead of you that you need to win, like the Lions and also maybe the Panthers. Whatever, there's 2 wins that you need to have. Yeah, and it's also like Shadur wouldn't look good behind this offense either. We played this like against the Eagles. We got this. Mind you, Mason, you're playing against the Raiders defense. You're playing against one of the worst 5 defenses in the league versus probably a top 5, if not a top 3 defense in the Eagles. I agree, Pork. I agree. Pressure's not great. And then also the other side of it, what is it? Yeah. I mean, you even saw it against the Ravens. Like, he just did not get rid of the ball fast enough. Like, that should be something 11 weeks into your professional career and more because of, like, preseason, off-season training. It is something that you should know that you have to get rid of the ball. Dump it off or anything. Oh, Turpin, big run back down to the 44. By the way, it's just our GM. Well, we have a new GM every year. It's not necessarily a GM issue. We played in a big, he played in a weak Big 12 and looked better than he was. I would agree. I'm I'm with you on most of that, Pork. Like, I think he's very talented and probably could develop, but he's just not going to in Cleveland. He's kind of like Bronny James. Like, Bronny James is still a great basketball player. Don't get me wrong. But he looked better because of what team he played for. Mind you, he didn't score a whole lot. But Javonte Williams with a run to the right. He's going to get hit in the backfield. It's going to be a run for about 3 yards here. The one big thing is nobody's trading for Geno. There's not one team that looks at the season and is like, man, we need Geno as our quarterback. Yes, that's actually a really good comparison. Like, Justin Fields was actually good in college at Ohio. Mind you, he had some really good receivers, but he was really good at Ohio. But he was also good on his feet. Pitch out to Javonte Williams to the left. Going to cut it back. Max Crosby in on the tackle. But the Raiders have been in purgatory because of how they've always done these soft rebuilds, or like we'll fill in the gaps here and there. And I don't think enough people want to sign for like really long contracts to be on a team that it's going to take 2 years to kind of get back to somewhat manageable. Like, I did not mind being in the wild card ever, or like in the hunt every year. I did not mind that. And I know a lot of people are like, man, we can't make the damn playoffs. Well, yeah, we're not even close to the playoffs now. So you gotta be happy with what you can get sometimes. Pass across the middle for Turpin. Not going to be able to bring it in. 4th and 7 coming up. Now, I know a comeback is still possible. You need 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions here. Jared, how do I blink? Say it with me. Keep in the hunt. Isabel's also not up. Crosby wants to win, take a pay cut. He also wanted to play for DC, and that's why our defense is bad. Oh, for a current DC. Yeah, pay cut's not happening. You could restructure the contract, but opens up cap space for that year, but eventually it will get very high at the end of his contract because you typically shift things down. Yeah, return that Trey Tucker. Oh, don't stutter, dude. You never stutter. One thing as a punt returner that you can never do is stutter. You can never, ever stutter. You can never stutter. You can never stutter. You have to, whatever angle you just took, you have to commit to it. You know, I wish people would realize that Geno's not getting benched. Geno's not getting benched for this entire season. And depending on what they do in the offseason, if he's the quarterback by draft, he's the quarterback for next season. Now, again, there's a lot of luck that goes into it. There's a lot of luck that goes into that, you know, even with other teams. Like, you look at, like, the Ravens. Like, you kind of hope that the Ravens offense will look good. Your record, they worked themselves back from 1-5 to 5-5. But Lamar getting hurt, like, there's a lot of luck in football. Oh, sorry, is it 16? Sorry. Oh, yeah, they made the extra point. I keep forgetting to add the extra points. because it's not guaranteed, guys. Oh, Ray Bro at 16. Oh, no. Big deal. I forgot to change a number from 5 to 16. Oh, no. Well, now you just need one 2-point conversion. My bad. I hope he doesn't get benched. We need to lose. Can't get a quarterback at number 7 again. I agree. You're not going to get a good quarterback at anywhere from 6 and up because most teams right now on Tankathon are probably going to draft a quarterback. Are they going to hit on the quarterback? I don't know. But looking at Tankathon right now, Titans are not drafting a quarterback. I can tell you that. They're going to be exactly like the Jaguars from a few years ago where they go quarterback, then first round pick again. I identify as a Packers fan, but I'm a Raiders fan at heart. I love that. I love that. I'm still rooting for the Cowboys for my grandfather because he was a Cowboys fan. But yeah, you could just want to remind you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. I forget to do all the extra points. I've been really bad at the extra points today, especially on Daniel Carlson's ends. Will the Raiders be good again? It would take a lot, but I believe that they will. They're going to need like all the Raiders fans to like really uproar. We're basically going to have to pull a Dallas Maverick team. That's basically what we're going to have to do. We're just going to be so pissed at the team. I think it's possible. There is a world that is possible. And I only say this for one of two reasons. At some point, Kansas City, Buffalo, like all these big teams, like even the Lions, Cincinnati, I mean, the record doesn't necessarily reflect how good of a team they are offensively, but quarterback-wise, they are going to start to regress, and they're not going to be as good. And depending on how they navigate it, the Raiders are going to have to pounce on opportunities like that. You see this with the Steelers a lot. They've been really good at like end over end, still making the playoffs and bridging years together really well. But yes. Was it a false start? Oh, man. False start on DJ Glaze. Cannot wait for my Raiders rebuild after this episode, guys, or after this game. If you guys don't know, I do a Raiders rebuild every single... Oh, that's a safety. Oh, get out. I think he might... It's definitely a safety. Why are we running it there? That's definitely a safety. I hate this ref, by the way. This ref absolutely pisses me off. Well, Dallas gets the ball back. But I do a Raiders rebuild. So every single week when we play a team, so like last week we played the Broncos, I did a Raiders rebuild. So I get the team going. I've rebuilt the team throughout the entire season. Like Miami's been a really good team this year. They've been 7-2. Also, the Panthers have been a really good team. They're like 6-3. Eagles, of course, really good. The Rams are really bad in my rebuild. The Lions are really bad in my rebuild. But all of that to say, if you guys want to check out any of the Raiders rebuilds, we've had 9 episodes up to now, about to be episode 10. But you can find it on YouTube at Jared Hathaway Plus. You could either use the symbol or you could type the word out plus to go find the playlist. But, RJ, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you so much for joining the fan club. Great to see you in here. How are you doing today? I got lucky and had Pickens, but my opponent had CD and Aubrey. Oh, man. And Aubrey's like, damn, he's been going. Can't wait for the Ash and Genty stream after this. I like how, this is so funny. Somehow the Cowboys only have a 99.4% chance of winning. But Gino in the second half has not looked good. Dak for 4 touchdowns though, man. He's looked good. All the touchdowns have been pretty good too. Like open looks. Oh man. Yeah, this I think Trey Tucker's crying, guys. I think Trey Tucker's crying on the sideline right now. I think he's actually I think he's crying. But Fozzie Burr, I've been a Raiders fan for 45 years. Very nice. That's awesome. You've lived into the glory days, man. You have lived the glory days. But, I mean, so is Miami fans probably for that long. I mean, Houston fans have never had a great season other than, like, the playoffs a few years ago. That was about it. But I'm winning by 10 right now unless CD breaks off for a 99-yard touchdown. Well, technically a touchdown would give you 6 as well. And a reception. Are you on PPR? Technically a 30-yard touchdown would get him there. Because it would be a catch for 1, a 90-yard for 9, so that'd already be 10, and a touchdown for another 6. Oh, man, the Coliseum was... Oh, it was so much fun, Fozzie. I love the Coliseum. Back in the day on the Oakland Athletic like field, and you have all the dirt. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I was very much overestimated. You're good. I feel bad for Max, and I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah. Oh, we're trying an onside punt? That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. That is the guys, I have never seen an onside punt because of the safety. Because typically when you have a safety, you have to punt it away. We just did an onside safety? An onside punt safety? What? That might actually be the first ever onside punt I've ever experienced. That's going as a clip, by the way. Jared, put me on fire. Oh, God. Have you guys ever seen that? I've watched a lot of football in my day. It did not work because they called it fair catch. So you treat it just like a punt. What quarter? We're in the fourth quarter right now, Jay. Or Jai. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys offense. Great field position here. The onside punt. Guys, you have to go for an onside punt there. You're trying to get back into the game. That's why, JR. That's why they go for an onside punt. How's Kenny Pickett's looking? He's not in the game, actually. He will not be in the game. Unless they score here. Javonte Williams with a run up the middle. Been really good at stopping Javonte Williams. Malik Davis, we've been unable to stop. He's probably had like a 7 yards per carry. Yeah. Troy just said it was the first time ever seeing it. That's crazy, Cole. That is my first time ever seeing a onside punt. Because technically you can do that. Now, yes, when they call a fair catch, you treat it just like a punt. And so if they fair catch it and receive it, the ball's dead. But you're kind of hoping that they fair catch it, the ball slips through the hand, so it's a live ball. It is a really cool special teams play for somebody that did punt and kick. CeeDee Lamb with the catch across the middle. He's going to get about 6 yards. Oh, it's a fumble! But I think Jake Ferguson hopped on it. I actually don't think it's a fumble. But, I got to get the blood flowing, guys. I got to get the blood flowing. CeeDee Lamb with the catch across the middle. He definitely has the ball, so it's not like that. His butt definitely hits. Yeah, butt definitely hits. Dallas going to choke. I don't think Dallas is choking. They're going to score here with a very convincing touchdown. And then they're going to pull Dak and put Joe Milton in. Dak Prescott under center. Timeout by Dak Prescott. They're first of the second half. No, Jay. Kenny Pickett is not starting. He will not start any game for this season. Raiders fans blaming the coach Pete, but Raiders been trashed for the past 41 years. I don't think they've been trashed for the last 41 years, but because if the Raiders have been trashed for 41 years, then a lot of teams have been trashed for a lot longer. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Milton definitely comes in if we score here. Or not we, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I do root for the Cowboys because of my grandfather. Because he grew up in Texas for the most part after immigrating here. So he's been a Dallas Cowboys fan. Run up the middle for number 40. He's been playing fullback. Number 40's been playing fullback for you guys. Hunter Lupke. He's got like a Ukrainian last name. But yeah, the Raiders just go for draft picks now. So here's the thing, Kevin. If you're going for draft picks, you have to lose against the Browns next week. You have to. You absolutely have to. Lemke. Oh, he does have... Okay, yeah. It just obviously doesn't look like that. Because there is a U. Well, there's no M. There's no M. So interesting that it's pronounced Lemke. Anywho, Jake Ferguson in motion. Oh, Dak got hit as he threw. Kevon Turpin in the flat. Jamal Adams in on the tackle. I like that. It's nice aggression. Jamal Adams was a little little outside of the Legion of Boom over in Seattle. So, yeah. And we're the Cleveland Browns. Exactly, Kevin. So how do we beat ourselves? Juan Trujillo, what is good? How you doing today, Juan? Welcome into the stream. How you doing today? But yeah, Nationers, like I mentioned, if we are going for draft picks, if we are looking for the Raiders, that is, looking for draft picks, you do have to lose next game. You do. You don't necessarily have to, but for a higher draft pick, for a guaranteed higher draft pick, you do. You do. Javonte Williams with a run up the middle. He's going to get about 14 yards. Max Crosby was looking for a false start. There is a flag on the play. Very well could be false start. Max Crosby has been able to draw a lot of false starts on that right side of the line. How about the Cowboys, man? I mean, Cowboys and Raiders games are always super fun to watch. I remember the one way back in the day where Derek Carr rolled out to the right and he tried reaching for the end zone. This is the first time that I had seen it. And the first time that I had seen it, Tyler Booker with a personal foul, actually. Personal foul. So going to take away Javonte Williams' 14-yard run. But it might have been a chop block. Very well could have been a chop block. Not too sure what the personal foul is. Oh, yeah. He just took out a dude that's not even in the play. Like, what the heck? Hey, Josh, what is good? My name is Invisible now. Well, Josh, great to see you in here. Thank you so much for the little Harvey. Benjamin, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest team on the internet. But Derek Carr was running out, and he fumbled the ball into the end zone, and it was a turnover. The first time that I've actually ever seen that, and it happened a few times again. And also with the card, I don't know if you guys remember the card. Oh, man. Oh, Friday, I dislocated my knee. I hope your knee's doing okay. Take a few weeks to kind of get that back. Kenny Pickett's in, you will. That's true, Kevin. If we put Kenny Pickett's in, we're losing every game. Now, mind you, like, the Raiders probably also lose every game under Geno, but Kenny Pickett's is no better. Like, I think we could win against the Giants. We're losing by a lot. Let's go Cowboys. I know, one 17-point game. Go Cowboys, right? You know, I like to see them try and make a push late into the season. It's going to take a lot. Dak Prescott, screen pass for Jake Ferguson here. Jamal Adams gets a face full of Jake Ferguson's hand. Jamal Adams is never washing that hand. Draft Mendoza. Yeah, I don't think we draft a quarterback, unfortunately. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think you do. One thing that's going to really matter is what you do to Geno in the offseason. Nobody's trading for him, and you're going to have to cut him. You either cut him or keep him. I don't think Geno's the guy either, Kevin. But I don't think the organization is under that same impression. Geno can probably get you to the playoffs with a good line. But, mind you, the line's not good. So it's like, do you just go get linemen, right? Because the quarterback's not the problem. Mind you, these guys probably know way more than us. But yes, I'm doing good. Go get some ice on my knee and go to sleep. Need to keep the swelling down. Very nice. Well, I hope that it's okay, Josh. How did you dislocate it? Kevin, I don't know anyone from college. I hate to say it. I do not watch any college. It pains me to... It does not pain me to say this. I hate watching college. Absolutely hate watching college. I'll watch like natties or like games that are on. CeeDee Lamb in the flat route on a 3rd and 2. He tackled inbounds here. Squatting 350. Damn. Heisman favorite. Are you well, you say a guy from Tech. Are you talking about offensive lineman or are you talking about quarterback? Or even wide receiver or running back? Because a guy could be anyone, especially in the Heisman race. So, here we go. Offensive lineman. I mean, that would be great. That would be great. I mean, I just don't see many offensive linemen in the Heisman right now. Nina Williams touchdown here to cash. That's fair. Stop betting. Might happen. Javonte Williams with a run up the middle on 1st and 10. He's going to get about 5. I generally don't know why people bet. I bet once in my life. I think part of it is because I don't have an income to just have spare money to bet. Sure, if I did, but we don't have any sports betting in Washington. Oh, he's a linebacker. Ah. That's kind of rough. I think linebacker, we probably just go sign some guy again. Like, we already got rid of Jermaine Pratt. Kind of don't like that move, but it's okay. Dak Prescott back to pass, looking for his 5th touchdown. Number 88. 88 or 89. And it's 89 because 88 CeeDee Lamb. That's Brevin Spamford. 3rd year out of Minnesota. Betting is fun when you got a bankroll ready and win constantly. That's very fair. I just hate, I don't mind sports betting into the sense that you know what you're doing, but most people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, the amount of people that I've had people come in and be like, man, I took the freaking over. Oh my God. Like, what are you doing? Like, I think I'm smart enough that I know that I know exactly what to do. Like, mind you, like, win success is probably not going to be too bad. Javonte Williams run up the middle on 3rd and 2. He's going to get about a yard on it. Well, yeah, and I think most people just build a dependency on it. Because gambling is a very, like, it feels good when you win money, right? Everyone wants money. Everyone wants money. But yes, by the way, Jared, congratulations on a great night. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your night. Thank you again so much for being here on the Twitch stream. Much love out to you. I hope that you're doing well. All right, 4th and 2. What are they going to do? Pump the play clock? No, they're going to take a timeout here. I know what you do on 4th and 2 here. I'm not too sure. Wonder how Tom Brady feels about this. Yeah, I know. I've heard a few conflicting things because of Tom Brady's role as a minority owner, right? You know, scouting for quarterbacks or just like putting trust in people. And obviously, you know, you're like, okay, well, if he did that, you know, he signed Geno, you trade for him, you then extend him. It's like, what does that look like? And, you know, if you continuously lose, you know, you probably don't look like a good, you know-it-all in a way. But I've also heard reports that he had nothing to do with a lot of that. So it's been very conflicting. I have not heard consistent reports, if that makes sense. CeeDee Lamb in motion, moving over to George Pickett's side. CeeDee Lamb moving on the inside of George Pickett's now. They're going for it. 4th and 2. CeeDee Lamb. Oh, and it's wide open, and he just drops it. CeeDee Lamb could have got a free touchdown, and he just drops it. Wow. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Wow. Wide open. I mean, it was a little off his center line. Like, Dak definitely could have put a better ball on him because he was wide open. I mean, 4 minutes for 17 points is definitely doable. Well, no, that's definitely not doable. It's doable. I've seen the freaking Jets or Cleveland Browns do it a few years ago with probably similar defenses. So, be interesting. But Jared, have a great night, by the way. I hope you guys are enjoying the play-by-play. I hate that. I don't really like that a lot of this stream just kind of comes into, like, not so play-by-play anymore. Like, I enjoy the conversations, but sometimes it just devolves into a little bit just hypotheticals. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We'll have the last one of VIP Hope viewers. Jared, GG, big GG's, man, for sure. Manny, we also don't always need to point out that you're like the last viewer here. I don't usually appreciate when you point it out. Hey, California. Welcome in, by the way. How are you? Is Verizon using an AI commercial? Maybe. Could be animation. Definitely looks a little AI-ish. Now Verizon's using AI, dude. Oh my God. My God. But yeah, Jared, I The Cowboys defense is going to be actually a force to reckon. I think a lot of people are going to look at that defense and be like, oh, they're 31 in the league. They're getting 5 new guys on the defense, by the way. 5 new guys back in their first game. A corner, a safety, and a linebacker. A new linebacker in Logan Smith and a brand new defensive lineman in Quinton Williams. You're getting 5 new guys to that defense. And I think it's going to help that defense a ton. Darian Bland also played pretty well, so I'm sure that getting him kind of with good reps is really nice. Rob, I don't agree with you. I think this Dallas team is going to be a force to reckon with for the rest of the season. Absolutely. Flat pass out for Ashton Genty here. Going to try and cut it back for about a gain of 4. Yeah, Kevin, I could imagine. Fantasy is always a rough one. I definitely should have won. This was my fantasy down here, guys. You guys might be able to see. Oh, Kyle Pitts, dude. He's gone. I'm not putting Kyle Pitts in ever again. I was like, they're playing the Carolina. I was like, maybe. Because he did well last time they played Carolina, even though they lost. Brock Bowers with a catch. Right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get out 4. Morgan, defensively, the line isn't horrible. We're getting cooked everywhere else, though. Who are you talking about, Morgan? What defense are you talking about? Are you talking about the Cowboys defense? I'm not too sure who you're talking about. Brock Bowers in motion. 1-by-3 set to the right. Geno Smith in shotgun, as he always is. 3rd and 1. Gonna take a sack here. Yep. Oh, he did get it away technically, so I just don't know if his knee's down. No, the Raiders defense. Oh, Morgan, I'm not talking about the Raiders defense by any means. I am absolutely talking about the Cowboys. When I'm talking about 5 new guys, I'm talking about the Cowboys. Because Morgan, right as you said that, I was talking about the Cowboys defense. So the fact that you said our safeties and corners are so bad, I'm like, I'm not too sure what you're talking about. You have to give context. I can't read people's minds, unfortunately, as a streamer. 4th and 1, Geno Smith going to take a sack. Oh, my God, dude, this line. I would not be surprised if somebody looks like a professional or football focus, PFF. Pro Football Focus, that's the word. If they, like, look at this Raiders offense and it's like the worst, like, out of 1,000 different combinations, this is like the worst 1,000th and whatnot. I would not be surprised. Dude, this line is awful. Like, the 4th and 1 rollout sack is not on Geno. He's not throwing the ball away like he did earlier in the season. Mind you, that's 100% on the line. And it's 1st and goal. Here we go. Yeah. Well, you know it's bad when they're just kneeling the ball away. There's a flag on the play. How is there a flag on the play? How is there a flag on a kneel down? Oh, it's on defense. Maybe 12 minutes on the field. I mean, it's just going to get declined anyways. But it also stops the clock. Well, okay. Actually, that might have been what the Raiders were doing. Because if they have a flag, then the play stops. Because a first down is not going to mean much if they're just kneeling it. I don't know if I've ever seen a team kneel with 1st and goal. Chargers defense and Bucks defense. Yeah, it's kind of like a middle of the pack defense. Like, you kind of hope that they get an interception, just hold their team. Man, it would be kind of rough to have both of them. Especially with the Bucks defense. Oh, kicker, right. You know, throws when there's no one, when open and doesn't throw, when there's open and says he holds the ball. Yeah, if you watch most of the replays, anytime that there's someone open, he can't actually throw because it's going to be a fumble if he cocks it back. Probably most of the time. I would say your team's definitely decent. Did you draft like 6th or like 8th? Like middle of the... I don't know how many people are in your league, of course, but... 2-minute warning here. 2-minute warning. And most of the time, by the way, users, probably it's because the line is so bad. The line is very bad. 7th out of 10. Okay, that kind of makes sense. What do we think of Geno? I thought he had a decently good first half, obviously compared to his second half. But the line is so awful. Like, the line, they've been able to get to him pretty much every time. Whether that is just, like, forcing him inside the pocket. He had a few good runs, you know, a few good plays. But, yeah, the line is awful. Line is not great. Which does not help. That's funny. Who do you pick in the draft? Who would I pick, or who do I think the Raiders are going to pick? I'll just answer that both. Raiders are going to draft a lineman. They're not drafting a quarterback. They're paying Geno too much money. Now, that's what I think the Raiders do. I think we should cut Geno in the offseason, take on his dead cap space, which is going to be a huge hit. But you're going to get a quarterback. Again, you're probably still going to pay him $10 million a year because you're going to draft him pretty high. But it is worth the risk of the dead cap space for a cheaper contract. And by the time that you have to extend him, that cap space is going to be done. Trinity, thank you so much for the 20 roses. Welcome back into another live stream. Exactly, Renato. I think they draft Jared the kicker at pick 3. Oh, that's kind of crazy. It's a little insensitive given who they're playing, but Trinity, welcome in. How you doing today? Let's see Jared kick. I'll get out there. We'll go put out some tape. You know what I mean? Ramirio, what is good? Welcome in. Thank you so much for leaving some likes on the live stream. Manny, welcome in. I agree in getting a quarterback and taking the risk because you can't get much worse. I agree. You lose out on the dead cap space, but you have to, it all depends on your draft position. Geno's going to play out the season, unfortunately. I just needed one more point from Genti. Could still happen. CD dropped that touchdown pass and saved my fantasy. It saved a few people. Yeah, I'm interested in it too, Kevin. I'm sure they just want to get out of there because it's still a 3-score game with basically under 2. But I'm also in agreement. It's just like, go score. Go score. Like, get a touchdown to someone, you know, maybe a lineman or something. I mean, I understand if you're at like the 30 of like the Raiders or technically the Cowboys, like your own 30. Like, I get that, but to do that, like, to do that on 1st and goal, exactly, just score because they didn't want to hit. Oh yeah, they had the under. What do you think we have to do to have a winning season, Dom? You're talking about for the Raiders next season? Would you trade up in the draft to try and get a quarterback or pick where you are now? I think you're probably fine drafting where you are now. They're just going to run this one out, guys. So let's just look at Tankathon because I'm sure they've already updated the Raiders' loss. If not, we're still 2-8. So here's the interesting thing. So, Dom, this is my one big thing. And Mr. Caleb, I want to answer you guys' questions here because I think you guys have really good questions. So we're going to be 2-8. We're going to be tied with Cleveland, New Orleans, and the Jets. Those 3 teams are also 2-8, and they're ahead of us. So we're at pick 6 again. But the Giants are 2-9. Now, again, they have not had their bye. They have their bye this week. That's right. No, they did not have their... No, they don't. They have their bye next week, I believe. But they have their bye at some point, okay? So, but we also play Cleveland next week, and we also play the Giants later in the season. If we want to have a draft pick higher than them, we have to lose to both of them. Now, here's the thing, Dom and Mr. Caleb. Now, here's important. The teams that already have a quarterback that probably will be refusing to draft another quarterback are Tennessee. They just drafted Cam Ward. Cleveland might stick it out with Dylan Gabriel. I think they will. New Orleans also drafted a quarterback. The Jets might go out and go get a quarterback. You know what I mean? So, don't get me wrong. I don't think the Raiders actually go and get a quarterback, just knowing who's running the team right now. But I would not be surprised if this GM puts his foot down and has a talk with Pete Carroll and he's like, Geno's not it. We need to cut him. They talk with the owners. They cut Geno. We go draft a quarterback. But we would not have to move up to draft a quarterback. But it depends. It depends on how the Jets finish off their season. I agree, Lou Chris. I think a lot of the issues stem from the O-line. Mind you, a lot of the injuries too, especially this game. You're missing two of your best linemen in Jackson Powers-Johnson and Colton Miller. I agree. I think most of it is the line problem versus a quarterback issue. I think Geno could probably still win 6 games with a decently good O-line. Like, he'd probably win 6 games if he played for the Cardinals this season. But yeah, the Jets probably go get a quarterback. Cleveland, maybe. Maybe. Obviously, the Raiders, I think. Geno doesn't throw a lot of bad throws. He just rushed to throw it out. I agree, Lulu. I'm aligned with you, and I don't think many people think on that same wavelength. I have not heard of Ty Simpson. I don't watch any football, so if you guys ask anything football related, college football names, I know nothing. I've watched no film on Fernando Mendoza. The only thing is I know he plays for Indiana. Exactly, Lou Chris. I agree. A lot of games that the O-line has played well, they have done well. Or at least Geno has looked good. Against the Patriots, when we had a full healthy line, we played well. Again, it's week 1. You take it for what it is, but it's not like crazy, right? It will be interesting to see how Kim Miller's progression goes. I don't think he's a starting quarterback. This is one thing I'm always skeptical on. I really don't like drafting too many quarterbacks late. I understand that some people, given their situation, can kind of grow into things. Like you saw Brock Purdy, right? Under his situation. You also saw it with like Tom Brady, but that's 20 years ago. A lot of things look different. Anyone know any good O linemen? I'm sure just from like the central area, Texas, Alabama, like they always got good linemen. But yes, Drubert, welcome back, by the way. Positive vibes in from the stream home. We hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Drubert. Shadur's not a good quarterback. He will not be a good quarterback in this league. Unfortunately. I hate to say it. He just isn't. Luke Chris, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the world's community on the internet. And mind you, I know that he did not start, but he came in after Dylan Gabriel. He played a good half of football. I don't say that after watching the game. It reinforces what I say, by the way. Why do you need to lose to the Browns and the Giants? Don't you want the Raiders to win so you could go higher than the Browns and Giants? That's not how that works, unfortunately, Renato. You want to lose. So in the NFL, it's a lot different than the NBA. But in the NFL, the worst record gets the first overall pick. Now, sometimes teams make trades, like even in recent years, Carolina Panthers and Chicago Bears. They both make a trade. And so sometimes how other teams do is basically where they drop to. So, but it's very rare that does happen. So the worst records get the best pick. The best records typically get the worst pick. Now, again, you start seeing teams trading in 20s and whatnot. You see people trade for first round overall picks. I feel bad for the Titans and what the Seahawks are going to do. It's an angry football game loading. Big Z, welcome in. Would you try and keep the line the same or try and go pick up some dude? I think you absolutely go pick up an offensive lineman. To be fair, Caleb Rogers had not played this season. I think a lot of Raiders fans do not know that he has not played, but also Dylan Parham is still playing that left guard position. I think Dylan Parham is still a decently good guard. He's a vet. He's been on the team for a handful of years. He's our longest tenured guy other than like Max Crosby. So Dylan Parham is still the starting left guard. Caleb Rogers has not played a snap in the NFL. We also drafted him in the 4th round. So, yeah, Dom, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome in. Who we taking for it? I do not know. I feel like Mark Davis is nothing for this organization, just the money. I agree. I think the move to Vegas was inevitable. Is Cam Ward a good quarterback on a bad team? Yes. Is he a good quarterback, as I think many people say? No, I think there's still some things to work out, but I think he's still a good quarterback. He's tall. He's got arm power. He could throw the ball at any level, though it is a little inaccurate at times. Time to go to the comment on the Raiders page about how we need an O-line. I like it. Dom, no, you're all good. Do you think we fire Chip Kelly? That's a great question, by the way, Victor. I don't think we fire him this season because, honestly, he's kind of losing us some games, which is kind of good at this point. But I don't think we move forward with him. Hurt their pockets, exactly. One and only E. I'm tired of this team. I need to root for a different team next year. I agree with that. The power Johnson should stay at right guard. He looked good. He looked really good at lead blocking. I also like him at center, and that is kind of tough because it's probably where he's more true to the position just because of his size. He's not big, but oh man, him playing against the Broncos, especially those first 2 drives that he did play before he got hurt, him lead blocking was great. Are you going to a game this year? Joseph, I am not. I would love to for my dad's sake. Just tickets are expensive and flight fare is really expensive unless we drive down to Vegas or something. But Damien, welcome in. Raiders for life, welcome in. And only A. I'm a Raiders fan, by the way. Very nice to hear. How would you feel about starting AOC and trading down and getting a new O-line? I think it's going to depend on how things shake up in the back half of the season. Because it all depends on pick. Because I think we can trade down from, like, if we have pick 3, we could probably trade down to pick 6 again and probably still get the exact same person that we want. I know, Lucas. We absolutely should have won that game. Kind of glad we don't, though. Graham is good with the players he had last year without Carroll changing up the defense. I do, too. I do not like how we stack the box. Or, we don't necessarily stack the box. We just play linebackers back, so it just allows everything to be so open. We don't blitz at all. We never blitz. Watch party, only party when the Raiders play is for the other fan bases. If Josh McDaniels never came to the Raiders, I feel like the Raiders would have a good, decent team. I agree. I hate how Derek Carr was handled under his tenure. Hey, guys, when the Cowgirls come into this chat, we have to back bro up. Thank you, user. I appreciate that. But I am talking to someone right now. Do you think Antonio Pierce would have worked it out if we didn't fire him after a year? That's a great question. Under where he started at, with the GM that we had, I think he could have worked it out. I don't think it would have happened the next year if he continued. I think it would have been like a 3-year plan, though. Do you think Antonio Pierce? I think he would have worked out. He would have had a lot of growing to do. He's a great coordinator, but I don't think he's a good head coach. Bro, get it right. Cowboys Nation. That doesn't have a ring to it. But go Cowboys. I do enjoy watching the Cowboys play for my grandfather, who has since passed, so Cowboys fan in honor of him. What should the next step be for Michael Mayer? I like him in the position that he's at that fullback tight end position. He's definitely more of a blocking tight end than a catching tight end. And it kind of sucks because at Notre Dame, he was a really good blocking, receiving tight end. But I think he's got to be a little bit more one-dimensional in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded. I do not want him to get traded, though. Max Crosby needs to get out. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him, too. But he also did sign there, so it's nobody but his fault. But I do love Max Crosby. AKA, welcome in. Raiders all day. I like it. Grim, I'm a cowgirl. Jeez, thanks, Grim. Mugesu, yes, bring AP back. I like him. He's not coming back. It would take a lot of years for him to come back. Justin, welcome in. Mr. Caleb James, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for that follow button. The one hard part with AP, I love the culture that he had for us. I absolutely love the culture. I thought the energy that he brought, like, he can make you run through a brick wall even though you have no arms or no legs. He would make you believe that you could do it. Pete Carroll, I don't think, is that guy. I think he's a little bit more tactile, and I don't think we live in a tactile NFL anymore. Like, I mean, you look at Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's a great head coach, don't get me wrong, but he also spent many years as a coordinator. He understands the life of a coordinator. He understands what he looks like for guys when he's hiring coordinators. He also understands how to head coach because he also played one, but man, he dedicated his life to head coaching, or at least post-career, post-coordinating. Dedicated his life to football. Did you like it? Rep to the people that took the over. What was the over? Was it 50? 50 and a half? Thoughts on O'Connell? Would you start him? This is always tough because Elijah, when people bring up questions like this with like cutting Geno or benching Geno or Aiden O'Connell or even Kenny Pickett is an awful quarterback. And people are like, well, it doesn't hurt. Well, it's like, well, you're complaining that the team's losing. They're still going to lose with Kenny Pickett. The same thing probably happens with Aiden O'Connell. And I don't think that you have a bad question at all. I love your question. But what's difficult is about it is because nothing's really ever going to happen, if that makes sense. Nothing will ever really happen. But in my thought, I don't think it would be too bad to start Aiden O'Connell. But I also don't think the quarterback's the issue. I think the play calling one is the issue. I also think the line is the issue. Geno Smith is still a pretty bad quarterback, but I also think he's a decent quarterback when he has a line. You look at his time in Seattle, he hasn't regressed much just from his tendencies. But yeah, Raiders Mike, I don't think they actually draft a quarterback. It's going to depend on what they do with Geno in the offseason. Because if they keep Geno, they're not drafting a quarterback. If they cut Geno, then they do. Raiders Mike, I don't think they cut Geno. Not that I don't think that that's the right thing, but too much money and you already extended him. The dead cap space that you have on him is not good. But if I were the GM, I say that you need to cut him, take on the dead money, go get a quarterback for $10 million pretty much a year for 4 years. But the line is definitely to be a lot of the problem as well. We need to take another chance with AOC for the rest of the year. He's a great quarterback. I really liked him at Purdue. I watched a lot of tape of him once we picked him up, and especially because it was either Gardner Minshew or him. And mind you, I watched a lot of Gardner Minshew because I live in Washington. I watched a ton of Washington State football. Worst run defense in the league, and they ran Genty, got like 5 touches. FX, that is a little misleading because they do have one of the worst run defenses in the league, but you also brought back 5 new players, 2 of which are run stoppers. Quentin Williams is a great run stopper, not a pass runner. Great run stopper. Logan Smith is a great run stopper. He was for the Bengals when he actually played, when he wasn't being a little bitch, just being like, why am I getting new play time? You know what I mean? Both defensive lines were great. Yeah, and Overshown's coming back, another linebacker. Yeah, and also the O-line may be the worst. We probably do have the worst O-line in the league. Other than maybe the Titans, but we've probably been more consistently bad. I hate how announcers blame Genty for the safety. Yeah, it's not Genty's fault. I mean, I'm sure he probably could have played a little bit better. He could be a little bit more aggressive when he's attacking a certain player. I mean, mind you, he's already strong. He probably doesn't need to. But sometimes I would like to see him attack a little bit more. Like, I like to see him shoulder a person. You know what I mean? And he probably could have done that there, but it's just not a routine pattern. They're stupid if they don't draft a future quarterback. I agree. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I did like May at 3. That one is pretty interesting because he's playing in the ACC, excuse me, not AAC. And he's also playing for UNC, so it's not like a big school. But here's the thing. A lot of really good quarterbacks don't really play for big schools. Like Arizona State. Like LSU's definitely a big school. Don't get me wrong. It's a big school. But like OSU has not been able to develop a quarterback that's been like generational, right? I mean, you look at like Dak Prescott when he came into the league. He played for freaking Mississippi State. I mean, I like taking Ashton Genty. I mean, not this season, but last season, when there were 6 quarterbacks drafted, it was crazy. Like, I understand going to go get a tight end. Like, go get your guy. I get it. But, yeah. It's all hindsight. Because in the moment, you're like, they probably don't need a quarterback. You know what I mean? I agree, user. I would like to see Brock Bowers a little bit more as a first read guy. He's probably more of just like a good wide receiving tight end than... I hate that they kind of have him blocking a little bit too much because you have no freaking time. And they keep getting him on like a little quick block and then out. And it's not what I like. Cowboys defense is low-key underrated. I agree, Ralph. I know that their passing defense is pretty fucking bad, though. But they definitely looked really good today, mind you. Again, the Raiders. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out throughout the season. But their interior 7, ungodly, dude. They're going to be really good for the back half of the season. But unfortunately, their record is going to be really rough. If you're a Cowboys fan and you're looking to make the playoffs, you have to beat the Lions and you have to beat the Eagles next week. You have to beat the Lions and you also have to beat the Vikings. You have to beat all of those teams because all of them are ahead of you. Eagles are going to win the division no matter what, but Lions are outside looking in. They are not winning the division right now. Vikings are just a game ahead of you. Or technically you're ahead of them now because you're 4-5-1, but also it helps beating them. Commanders are not making the playoffs. The Giants are not making the playoffs. But you have to beat those two teams. Pretty much the Eagles you have to win and the Lions you have to win. Vikings is like a semi-must win, but a very, very critical game. But yeah, dude, it would be kind of crazy if the Rams win the NFC. I did not have them winning. What did I have my prediction? I mean, my predictions were way off for the season. By the way, Addy, thank you so much for the 3 rows. Much love. And yeah, Cooper Pickens had a great game. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the picks shape up. Because Cleveland's still ahead of us right now, and the Giants are still ahead of us. But the likelihood that they draft a quarterback is very low, especially for the Giants. The Giants are not drafting another quarterback. They can only lose 1 more game, possibly 2, depending on how the other teams perform. I agree. They're going to have to win divisional matchups because the NFC West is going to have 3 teams in the playoff. So you're guaranteed 1 other spot that is not guaranteed to a division. Because you're going to have the 4 division winners, the 2 NFC West that backfill, and then potentially the Cowboys. They can still make the playoffs, but they have to pretty much win every game. They could be 9-7-1 and probably make it, but they need a lot of help. But yeah, I've actually watched a lot of Oregon games because I'm an Oregon fan. You guys might be able to see my hat here. I've been an Oregon fan since like the Mariota days. Like they were the best team. I also am a track guy. If you guys know anything about track, Oregon and track are like that. I agree. And Giants probably could also trade down. But who is the team that's going to move up? Is probably going to be a team that needs a quarterback. Elijah, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. But yeah, another 4-win season for the 20th time in the past 2 decades. What were you saying? You're saying something about... Who was saying it? Where's the message? I know you guys were saying it. Raiders are crazy Moore as a beast Oregon quarterback. I like his build. I like Moore. He's a little too tiny. He's like a tinier Jaden Daniels. Just a smidge tinier and a smidge skinnier. I think he'll probably put muscle on in the NFL. He can make the right play when it's open. I don't know how it would work in the NFL, and especially behind a bad line. What year is he? What's his name? Is it Dante Moore? Yeah. Is he only a sophomore? What year is he? Yeah, he's only a sophomore, so he's not going to be eligible until next draft. I've heard a few things about Sellers, but I heard that he just plays for a bad team. Oh my God, that's rough, Zach. Oh man, that's so rough. I just heard Sellers just plays for a bad Gamecocks. But he's an all right quarterback, but I don't know about picking him that high. I would prefer Mendoza only just because he plays for Indiana, and Indiana is like the best team in the country. Now, I know Ohio technically is, but I have not watched any Ohio State football game. And I could not tell you how good they are. Him Runner, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Great to see you in here. How have you been? How are you guys doing today? It's so great to see you guys in here. I hope that you guys are enjoying you guys' Mondays. I know we just finished up the Raiders versus Cowboys watch party. DoorDash busy? No, DoorDash isn't super busy. Trade Josh Allen Diggs for London. I have Dart. I don't know. You're losing Michael Penix. Yeah, it's rough. Lamb stole my par 3 more yards. I would have got my... Oh, sorry, Joe. Elijah, great question, by the way. Will Pete Carroll be head coach next season? I'll say this. If Geno Smith is the quarterback next season, then Pete's the head coach. And second to that, my second point to that is if they both are still here next season, tells you a lot about what they're going to do in the draft. And tells you a lot about what they're going to do this next season as well. I think if Gino and Pete are still here, they're going to go get a corner and they're going to go get a lineman. Mind you, there's a lot of linemen that you can pick up in free agency, but I just don't think a lot of people really want to sign with the Raiders. But if you get rid of Gino and, but in the good side of things, I was going to kind of say this in the bad side of things, because if you get rid of Gino, Pete Carroll's most likely maybe gone. Yeah, the offensive line, well, at least the guys that were in today need to be, like, not in. They never need to start a game again. Because it's not, like, Jackson Powers-Johnson's good. Colt Miller are both great linemen. Jordan Merritt is, like, meh. Like, I would understand if he's, like, the worst guy on your line, but you could not have, like, 70 overall linemen. The unfortunate part is no team is trading for Gino. No team is dumb enough to trade for Gino on his contract. He is the 5th most expensive contract from a quarterback standpoint because of his contract with the Seahawks that we traded for. So, yeah. But we're in week 11, guys. We're in week 11. So, yeah. Herbert has worse linemen. I hate to say it, he does not. Herbert does not have worse linemen than the Raiders' offensive line. I don't think drafting Gentry was so dumb. Because what were the hopes before? Are you a Raiders fan? Because I'm not going to argue with you if you're not a Raiders fan. But DC to the Super Bowl. I think the Cowboys might be able to squeak in at a 7 seed. But yeah. Ethan, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Because even the games that I've watched of Gino in Seattle, especially for the age, I don't think it's like you go trade for him. I think you just pick up a free agent at that point. But I understand that, like, that's not, I have nothing to do with that. Xander, what's good? Welcome in. How are you doing today, Xander? Yeah, the draft one this last season's kind of rough because you don't look at many good quarterbacks and you're like, yeah, we need that. Do you think John Spytek is a good GM? I do. I do. Are the Raiders tanking yet? They might not admit it yet, but yes. How coaching staff and Gino need to go focus on O-line and drafting a quarterback. I would agree. How good do you think the Cowboys played today? I thought they played really well. Cornerbacks played well. Their run stop was amazing. I know that people are going to look like, oh, they're a really bad run stopping team. They just got 3 people that all run stop. Overshown's back. Quentin Williams just got traded. Logan Smith just got traded. Those are all running, run blocking, run defense, and whatnot. Let's see here. Trade Pickens, A-Chain London for Jamar. Jace? Who's Jace? I'm trying to think about who you're thinking about. And Jonathan Taylor? I would do that. London's going to be playing with Kirk Cousins. It's going to be rough giving up Pickens, though. Devin, who were you talking about with PCL? We should have won that game, Ray. I don't think the Raiders should have won this game. Just have Mark sell the team and the Raiders get better. That's not always the case, but typically that is the case. I mean, you see that with the Commanders lately. Xander, I know the Broncos 9-2. I like to see it. To be honest, I'm open to trading for some draft picks. He deserves better for the effort he gives. I agree. Oh, London. Drake London? Oh, I didn't hear about Drake London. Oh, he's week to week. Yeah. Oh, PCL bruises. The same thing that Brock Bowers had. Yeah, that's a rough one. Devin, I would go for the trade. I just don't know if anyone's silly enough to trade it. You'd have to get someone dumb enough to do it. Yes, go Irish. Very nice. I mean, you guys beat us in the Oregon fan here, but Raiders need to disband. That's true. You do have to hit on the draft picks. I thought we've drafted pretty well in the past 2 years, but nothing's been super outstanding and whatnot. I went to the game. It was hype. Very nice. I'm sure it was just beer everywhere. I'm sure. I do. Yeah. Rest easy, Nealon, man. It was very sad to hear the way that it happened. We wouldn't be this bad if we still had Carr. I think we probably would. I mean, mind you, we'd probably get a few more wins, but I still think we look pretty bad. We'd probably hold our hopes out for a few more weeks. That's the problem. We'd probably be more like a 4-5 team versus a 2-7 team. Could we go back to Oakland? Unfortunately, nobody wants... Not even Oakland wants Oakland. Hope we beat the Browns. That's unfortunate. Fire Pete, Chip Kelly, and Sleepy Pete. He might have fell asleep on the sideline. I don't think a whole new line. People forget that Colton Miller's injured. He's been on IR with a high ankle sprain, and Jackson Burroughs-Johnson was out. I think the only good draft picks that we've drafted in the last few years was JPJ in round 2 of last season, Brock Bowers in round 1, and Ashton Genty of this season. I don't know how Caleb Rogers is going to fare. I've watched zero footage on him. I don't mind like drafting a quarterback like way back in the, 5th round. What's the purpose of it? But my wife had me ground. I can't watch Raiders games. I broke 2 TVs. Aaron, I pray for your wife and maybe kids. Oh, nice, Josh. Congratulations on 1.44. We look like the 85 Browns against y'all. It's a great defense, I will say. Watch you guys lose to the Browns on Sunday versus a Dirta script is leaked. The thing is, it gets you a better draft pick, so you do have incentive to actually lose against the Browns. Mind you, they have a freaking great defense. So I'm sure that we probably will lose to them. Pray for me, bro. I'm praying for your TVs and your wife. And praying for you to seek help. Making a bottom-ranked defense look that good is insane. They are not a bottom-ranked defense going into this game. Champagne, can you name me the 5 players that they just added to the defense this game that are all starters? Yeah, Dylan Parham's just a vet, but he's not, like, good. And go play for the Bengals. Plus, we signed Alex Kapp in the offseason. Like, what are we doing? Because here's the thing. Trade deadline. Quentin Williams comes in. Logan Smith comes in. Those are 2 defensive cornerstone people that you're probably going to be starting. Logan Smith played great today. Quentin Williams looked unstoppable today against our O-line. Mind you, again, really bad O-line. The other side is you got Overshown back, who is a fantastic linebacker. You also got a cornerback and a safety back. You got 5 people who are starting on your defense. The Cowboys defense is not the team that they were 10 weeks prior. Signed Kappa, who was garbage. Yeah, he was the worst rated guard last season, and we signed him. What do you think if the Raiders are an actual Super Bowl contender? What do you think it takes? It's probably going to be about another 4 or 5 years, but this offseason is going to be very telling as what they do. By the way, Jay Snizzle, welcome in. It's going to be very telling, though, because here's the thing for me. I think that they could become Super Bowl contenders. One of 2 reasons. I think how they get there. This offseason, you have to get rid of Geno. I don't exactly know what happens at the head coach position because, head coaches are very hit or miss. But what I think is important to note is that if you're going to go in, you have to get a quarterback young. You have to get someone on a 4-year rookie contract. Then, what also needs to happen, you need to somehow fit in this offensive line. And that usually comes with a brand new quarterback. A lot of people want to go with a quarterback that has a lot of potential, right? Colton Miller, still really good. He probably will still be playing for the line. JPJ, we drafted 2 years ago. He's really good. Where do you place him? I don't know. Defensively, you really need something. You need a really good corner. I mean, you lost out on Nate Hobbs, but he hasn't played well in Green Bay. So you're like, okay, maybe it's not bad that we lost him, but you're in the moment, you're like, crap, we lost him. So, okay, you go draft a quarterback, maybe an offensive lineman. I mean, you drafted Caleb Rogers in round 4, so I just don't know how he plays. Dylan Parham's probably gone. Jordan Meredith is probably gone. So you got to sign free agencies this next season for offensive linemen with the quarterback that you draft. Cornerbacks, defensively, you could kind of be iffy for a year. you're like, okay, you can kind of basically do what the Jacksonville Jaguars did and the Tennessee Titans are doing this year. You draft a quarterback, you have a really sucky year, and then you go draft high again for a defensive edge rusher. You know, kind of like what Houston did. They just happen to have 2 picks because of the trades, right? So you go get a really good, whether that's defensive lineman, edge rusher, maybe pair that with Max Crosby because Tyree Wilson's not really panning out. You maybe go trade him for like a 3rd or 4th, probably worth a 5th round pick at this point. So the other side of it, if you're building that over the next year and then the year after that, that's 2 years. But what you're also hoping for is that the Bills kind of start sucking, the Chiefs kind of start sucking. Henry Ford, welcome in on the Twitch stream. How you doing today? Great to see you in here. Welcome in. So then you have those 2. You also have, again, the Chiefs. You're hoping maybe the Ravens kind of fall off. You need teams to kind of fall off. But the hard part is like the Broncos are kind of rising. The Patriots are kind of rising. So you kind of have to fit in. Okay, what happens there? Denver's probably going to be good for a handful of years. They probably will look a little iffy in these next 2 years because their defense is not going to be as strong just because people are going to want to get paid. But offensively, I think they'll kind of shape themselves out a lot more. So you have a lot of these teams on the rise. How are the Colts going to look? So you're looking at 3 division winners that are probably all going to win. Maybe the Bills kind of fighting themselves in the wild card, but you kind of sneak in and as a 6th or 7th. It's going to be interesting to see, but you need a lot to go right. But yes, Jster, what is good? I've been watching your gaming streams, but I didn't know you talked about football with Jster. Welcome in, by the way. Yes, we do a watch parties. You probably, the only other game beyond this is the Raiders game against the Chiefs. But yes, I do play-by-play watch parties every single Raiders game. But the only other one that's, I guess, non-specialty will be that Chiefs. Oh, maybe not the Chiefs game. I don't know why I thought it was the Chiefs game. Maybe I was looking at the Broncos game that just already passed. But Landon and Wanted Chaos, great to see you in here. Hope that you're doing well. It's great to see you in here. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the realist community on the internet. I feel bad for Ashton Genty too. I know he gets a lot of unwarranted hate. But I really liked Ashton Genty. I think you need to go out and go get a star running back. Unfortunately, I don't know if we live in a world that star running backs are the guys that you need to go get. I don't know. All of America wants the Raiders to win against the Chiefs. That's very fair. We will be hoping in week 18 that the Raiders go get a win. We had a lot of potential when we had Derek Carr, but after that, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I think we fumbled a lot. I think the head coaching signings was not great. Having Josh McDaniels with Derek Carr is not a great pairing. Because for the one thing is that Josh McDaniels wants Derek Carr to be Tom Brady so bad. Derek Carr does not play like Tom Brady. I do play fantasy football. I don't know if I have it here. You guys might be able to see it on the play-by-play. Hey, you guys can see it in this bottom left corner. It's been very bad for me this week. You guys can't see my bench either. I apologize. You guys can't see my bench. I had Sean Tucker on my bench. Should have put him in. Gino is the MVP of interceptions. That's very fair. Can you rate my Drake London edit real quick? King Edits, could you send it to me? Just send me a DM. I'll check it out. But Jster, welcome in, by the way. It's great to see a lot of you guys in. I know a lot of you guys might be feeling a little indifferent about some things with the Raiders franchise. I also just don't want to repeat a lot of things that I've been saying. I know a lot of people are saying, bench Gino, start this person, start that person. AOC has not been activated, from my knowledge. So he cannot play. You cannot play a non-active player. But yeah, just send it to me. Yeah, send it to me right now, King. I'll probably check it out after stream. Mahomes can be leading rusher in the Cowboys game calling this year. Wait, Mahomes going to be the leading rusher in the Cowboys game calling this year. Then we also got to take the route that the Broncos are going. I do too. We need to get rid of Chip Kelly and get a younger head coach. I do too. I think this is my thought. There's a few people that might fit that role. I really like Clint Kubiak. From an what is it? Offensive standpoint. You need a really good play caller. You do. They play on Thanksgiving. That'll be fun. Do they? Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, the Cowboys. Do the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving? They play the Chiefs. Oh, fuck, dude. We're fucked on Thanksgiving, dude. Every family's together, and it's America's team versus America's most hated team, but both of them are hated equally. Dude, I don't even know what they're going to do. I have no idea what they're going to do. That's rough. Yeah, sounds good, by the way, King Edits. I will make sure to check it out. I got you, Mega. I promise. How do you feel the Broncos are first? I actually really like it. I'm a huge Bo Nix fan. I know a lot of people kind of hated on him after their game against the Raiders. But the hate watch was really good. The hate watch party yesterday was really good. Falcons should fire Raheem already. Yes and no. They probably should fire him. The potential just didn't work out. I really like Raheem, though. Jster Vortex and King Edis, thank you guys so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome in. Yeah, because looking at guys, do we just bring in Bill Belichick? I also like Justin Herbert. I'm an Oregon fan. You guys might be able to see my hat up here. Big Oregon fan. No, you're all good, Jster Marco 559. Thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome in. Head coaches. I don't even know how to look this up. Head coaches to coach the. I'll just do the Giants because they have a vacant. Yeah, coaching candidates. Because there's a few here. Mike McCarthy, I don't really like Mike McCarthy. I think he's too old. Speed Thagnola, I like him as a defense, but I don't really like him as a offensive. I don't really like him as a head coach. Coaching candidates, top potential coaching candidates. Can you just give me like a list of names? Why does it have to be so hard? Why do you have to give me a whole article? I'm not reading any articles. But yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan and Oregon fan. Tough loss for us. Sam finally got a good defense with seeing ghosts. It was a very defensive game. Very defensive games. I think the Seahawks defense is still better than the Rams, but Rams defense is actually a lot better than I thought it would be this year. By the way, Dobletta 9, thank you so much for that follow button. How about the Broncos? Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, the worst 8-2 team. The Steelers were a 10-0 team and then lost every game after that. And yeah. Let's not forget the Vikings being like a 8-2 team not a few years ago and them looking really bad. People are very quick to forget. I will say that. I've been following sports for a very long time. By the way, and N1A and Farhan Ali, thank you guys so much for hitting that follow button. Yeah, I really, okay, so I'll let you guys in on, so before the season started, before preseason's like, I don't look at preseason religiously. I understand if you do. But I did, okay, Nationers, I did a everything. I did matchup versus matchup, okay? Let me see if you guys can see this here. Let me see if I can show this here. I don't have any display capture. I do here. You guys aren't going to be able to see this. Oh, I don't have any other scene. Hold on. Hold on, Nationers. Hold on. Give me my video camera back. Okay. Put me here. Put me here. Okay, Nation. I'm going to show you guys something here really fast, okay? Show you guys something really, really, really fast. Sorry, guys. I don't have like a display capture on here. Okay, I'm going to move myself to like the center here. Just so you guys can see. I thought this season was going to be just a Goliath of the Titans. Not like actually the Titans themselves, but this was before everything this season. And mind you, Nationers, okay? Here's how I did it. I basically went through every matchup. So on this website called Playoff Predictor, you could go week by week. And I was like, okay, I think this team's going to be that team. I think this team's going to be that team. And guys, like, I looked at a lot of this team, and this is one of my favorites. The Colts, dude. The Colts being where they're at right now, I have them going to 1-16. Oh, you guys can't see this. Hold on. You guys can absolutely not see this. Let me change the property. You guys can absolutely not see this. Hold on. Let me get you guys. You guys cannot see this. All you guys watching on TikTok, you guys cannot see this. Hold on. Give me a split second here. Scene 2. Here we go. There we go. To be fair, nothing about the season makes sense. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, no team is, like, I've been watching some Brandon Perna. I really love what he has to say. He's like, dude, we have no idea who's a good team again. Like, the Bills just lost against Miami? But yeah. Yeah, Chris Godwin, it's going to be rough. I think as a career, he's going to kind of decline a little bit. And one, just because of that ankle injury. I think so. Clark Johnson, amen. By the way, yes, Boleto, that is Salvatore Volcano in the background. But yeah, so like, looking at even before the season, like 10-9, 10-7, excuse me, not 10-9, 10-7, you're like, okay, Raiders probably could have been shy of a playoff team. You got to win the game against the Houston Texans. That helps you bump up, okay. Mind you, this is week by week. This is not like, hey, I think that they're going to win this. This is just like, they have a good team. I thought the Ravens added a ton to their defense. They obviously lost Lamar, which did not help to their offense. Broncos, I'm like, okay, they're on pace. The Bills might be one game shy. The Titans, I thought actually were going to be pretty good with Cam Ward. Brian Callahan is an awful coach, I've come to know. The Bengals, I'm like, they got Joe Burrow back. Then they lost him again. Chargers, I thought were going to do pretty well. Mind you, this was before the Rashawn Slater injury. Then the Raiders. Then we're looking at the Houston. I'm like, maybe they're mid again in the hunt. Chiefs, completely lost. I'm like, okay. Patriots, they won 4 games the season prior. New head coach, Drake May in his second year. They get Stephon Diggs. 8-9. I didn't think Stephon Diggs would be that great after an ACL injury for his age, but Dolphins, 5-12. The Jets, I thought, would stink. I thought Steelers would kind of stink, but they somehow still pull out wins. I probably should have had them at least 9-8. Jaguars, I thought were going to stink again, but their defense has been great. Browns, I thought offensively they were going to be a mess. I absolutely thought that they were going to be a mess. Absolutely thought they were going to be a mess. But then the Colts, I was like, they are so doomed. Mind you, like I'd seen a lot of like the Daniel Jones like compilations of him playing really bad. But I also should have listened to players that they were saying like, he's not a bad quarterback. It's just that we fucking suck. So then over on the NFC side, like Eagles, I had them fucking winning 16-1. I thought they were going to wreak havoc. Mind you, they're technically 2 losses, so it's still possible. The Lions, after that Packers game, I was like, oh God. I was like, oh God. They've reeled it back. But their game against the Eagles is a little concerning. By the way, Marco, good night, Nation. Good night, Marco. Thank you again so much for being here. Much love out to you. Buccaneers, I thought we're going to reel it in. The Seahawks, I did have the Seahawks winning the NFC West, but also at 9-8. Could still very well happen. It's still possible, but I don't think that that's going to be happening. I thought the Commanders under Jane Daniels are going to be great. Then he freaking got injured, and then his elbow, he's out. Panthers, I even had them going 10-7. Had them going 10-7. Had the Falcons going 10-7. I was high on the NFC South, other than the Saints. I thought the Saints were in purgatory, dude. So yeah, what do you think about the signing of QB like Kirk Cousins or CJ Beathard? Fortunately, you're not going to be able to sign Kirk Cousins. You'd have to either buy him out, or I guess you'd have to get cut because he's still under contract. You'd have to trade for him. I don't think many people are trading for Kirk Cousins under his like $50 million contract. But the Packers, Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Bears, I thought the Bears were going to be decently good. I mean, they're still have 7 wins. They can still lose out, but I thought the 49ers, I thought that they were going to be really bad. They lost so many defensive players like Ufunga, Kadarius Ward. I thought they're going to be really bad. Even with all the injuries, they somehow still win. The Vikings, I thought J.D. McCarthy, they were going to be so ass. I guess they're still kind of ass, but Cardinals, I don't think Kyler Murray's that guy. 3rd and 14 with their matchup this season. Giants, this was also under the impression that Russell Wilson was playing for the most of the season until the back half. And the Saints, I had them going 0-17, guys. I had them generally going 0-17. So, yeah, it's a little rough, Nationers, with that. But I was also in the parity of, like, teams are going to be winning a lot. Teams that are going to win are going to be winning a lot because we missed out on that. We have not had that in a long time, where teams are, like, heavily dominant. 2 losses on the season, right? Mind you, we have 17 games now, not 16, but still. Anyway, Nationers, it is nearly 9 o'clock. I need to go eat some food. I hope that you guys enjoyed the play-by-play of the Cowboys versus Raiders. The Cowboys win against the Raiders team. Nation, I will see you guys this Sunday. What time do we play? What time do we play? That's a great question. What time do we play? We play at 1 p.m. I will see you guys in the afternoon for the Raiders game against the Cleveland Browns. Nationers. We need a new quarterback. Even my sister's saying we need a new quarterback. That's how you know. Nationers, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys this Sunday for some more watch parties for the Raiders season. I'm still happy. You know, I'm still happy nonetheless. I had the Browns been a really good team, but they fumbled with the Shadur Sanders. I do too. I think Dylan Gabriel's not also a good quarterback as well. I know he's a Heisman finalist, but he also played for Oregon. Anywho, Nationers, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your night. 07. Oh, I forgot to mention, Nationers, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that follow button. Join the Nation today, the realest community on the internet. And most importantly, Nationers, if you guys haven't already, make sure to go check out my Raiders rebuild. I'm going to be recording the episode here very soon for our week matchup against the Cowboys and the Raiders. We also might be starting a injured Baker Mayfield, so we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, Nation, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, day, wherever you guys are. I'll see you guys in the next one. 07, and peace. Peace.